Oh, sorry. Oh, so sorry. How's it? Oh, so sorry. How's everybody? I hope you're all doing so well. It's nice to see. Is this thing on? So very nice to see everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I can't see any of you. And you can't see me. So it's going to be a fun show today. It's going to be a great show today. And I hope you're all doing really well. And John Rocha, the Outlaw, he is here. RB3 is here also. Kate Mulligan is back, and she's already making everybody feel awkward. Brett Sheridan is here. And Ben the Bagel Boy, he is here also. What a show we're going to have. You ready to start? Let's do it, you rotten humps. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SEN Live, SCHMOEBOT Entertainment Network. I am Kristian Harloff, and you are you. We are here watching this show, listening to this show, talking about whatever we want to talk about. What a crew we have today. The man, the myth, the legend, the R, the B, the 3. RB3 is here. What up, RB3? Nice to have him here.
Thank you.
Ben the Bagel Boy in the bagel corner over there. He's chilling out. I like that angle. Much better angle over there.
Yeah.
And he is back. He is the current team champion. He is the Outlaw, John Rocha. Rocha in the house. Good to have him back.
How do you get this great lighting and this great camera look?
You like it?
I want to find out.
I'm not telling you anything.
Come on.
really
You already
good.
have almost 10,000 subscribers. I'm not letting you.
Come on.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
I don't need it.
Yeah, we'll get you. We'll try to get you to 10 today, my man. So
Thank you so
It's
much.
good to have you on the
Thank
show
you.
again, and we'll make a little special announcement about that in just a second.
Yeah.
But joining us on the table, Brett Sheridan is back. We know that. But her first show back in 2020, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Kate Mulligan. Hello. Nice to have you back.
I miss. It's so good to be back.
It's you missed us, didn't you? You
I
missed us.
really missed you guys.
Isn't that crazy?
It's the weirdest
You didn't even
sentence
notice
of my
how
life.
nice it is back there now. You look at that? Oh, fine. It was a mess
It's
back
just
there.
it's
But it was
sure.
messy.
I know, but like now the DVDs that you'll never watch are
Blu-rays.
organized.
I always watch those Blu-rays.
You watch
Do you
Blu-rays?
know the last time I watched, let's see.
Shazam.
No, Saturday Night Fever was? It's probably about 10 years ago.
When it came out, I was gonna say, yeah.
When it came out.
It was. Look, this is gonna be a good time, man. It's gonna be a good time. I'm excited here to talk about a great many things, if you will. One of the things we've been talking about with Mr. Rocha, John and I talked about it last night. So the way that this show works is that we've got our full crew members, right? There's RB3 and Ben the Bagel Boy and both Brett and Kate. We didn't add anybody new. That's Edward Winston, obviously, and we didn't add anybody to the rotation because rotation means you got to be available at least once or twice a week. Last night, we made an official agreement. John Rocha is officially part of the show. As another host. John Rocha will be on the show.
Replacing Brett Sheridan.
Yes.
He'll be replacing Brett.
At least once a week. At least once a week.
He's going to replace Brett Sheridan.
Yeah.
You have to dance with me. That's
Yes.
part of the
That's
deal.
fine.
That's right.
Absolutely.
But you've
And
been
I'll be
working
replacing him at work, at
That's
his
right.
home as well.
Yeah.
With his
You
wife for a
And you have
day,
to call me on the way home while we drive.
Yeah.
Home. Is that
Perfect.
cool?
I love it.
You've been working a lot, man. Since since everything went down, you've been doing your thing. You're ready up to what? How many subscribers now?
As of this morning, 9,200 subscribers on the YouTube channel
Sure.
from
Hey.
153 last Thursday.
Jeez.
So just can't thank the fans enough for coming over and being a part of it. And I think doing the live streams, I'm figuring it out as it goes along
Yeah.
because I hadn't put a lot of time and dedication on YouTube channel because I was so busy.
Yeah.
But now it's happening and people are helping. I bought a lighting kit. I bought an HD camera. So step by step,
Oh,
trying to
that's
make it
awesome.
more professional and talking to people. Already lined up Roxy to be my first guest for
love
the
it.
launch of Outlaw Nation.
I love it.
As a podcast. So little things like that and all the other stuff's going on as well. So trying. Last night I met with Alexandra August from Skybound Entertainment talking about stuff that she's doing over there as well. So always hustling. Always hustling.
Good for you, man. I
Thank
love
you,
it.
man.
Great.
It's great to have you on this show at least once a week. I couldn't deal with you more than that. But so everybody, if you see just the title of this episode alone, I put out a tweet this morning, and I've just been thinking about it overall. It's that when Schmoeville was really built on what it was built on, and what Schmoedown was built on, and then now what SEN is built on is overall community and the connection that we've always had with the fan base, and being able to, and I noticed this even more so when you go to the Schmoedown events and you see like the pocket of people, you look at like what Call to Action has done and all these people have done, and not just Call to Action, but a lot of fans who are just there, and it means something to them, and there's something about it that they feel connected to us, and it is in through the good and through the bad, and there's this connection that I feel that I think really kind of tapped into, and we're going to be doing it more. But I think that it's just something that needs to be talked about a lot more on this show, and I've mentioned it, and I think that I'm not sitting here today if it hadn't been for the fact that Mark and I, when we were doing YouTube reviews, the first part of the goal, and I'm talking about when we had maybe 1,000 subscribers, and Mark and I made it. We went out. We made sure. What are you doing over
What is going on, Ben?
Turn that mic on. Yeah, you can.
It sounds like you fell down the stairs.
Yeah. Can you turn that off? Well, somebody's microphone is on. It's stupid.
I feel like it's on.
All right. Well, is this thing on? Is it on? I can't figure it out.
Look, he's putting it down on the desk.
I think it is on.
Bang it on the table for a second. We'll see. No, just knocking on the table. Yeah,
it's on.
Yeah.
It's on?
It's live mic.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
Is it still on?
Yes.
Yeah.
oh, well,
The on and off switch does not work on this microphone, man.
Well done.
We can switch. We'll switch.
Yeah. But when Ellis and I started this thing, and we had, I can't tell you how bad this sounds.
Just put it on the ground.
Thank you. Muted it. Thank you, Arby. It's awful. It's not even his fault.
What's the problem?
That's the new Schmoedown.
He can't hear it.
The new SCHMOEBOT. Yeah, just like someone's gonna go. While someone's trying to- tell us about your daughter being sick.
For God's sakes, put the fucking mic down.
People are going to lose their minds. They're driving right now, and they want to. It's like the white noise. Yeah. But anyway, when we were doing this community, we were doing the reviews back in the day. It was like we'd have again, like let's say 800 subscribers, and we made sure that we said, look, if there's 2 people that are commenting on our videos, thank them. Talk to them. Have conversation with them. Why are they watching? Why are they these? And that started, and then it became just more and more of a thing. And then we kind of transferred over to when we were on the Facebook group and starting that Schmoeville page with Leanne Lacuter and doing all these things you get connected to them more and you learn about them more. And I have never even felt that as much as I have over the last couple of weeks. You know, it's just in general, and not just things, that are going on in the space, but it's just, you look at the connection and you look at when people, Brett brought it up the other day. There are things that you don't even realize when you're talking and bullshitting like this. There's somebody right now, right, that's having a really bad day. They don't know why. Or maybe they do know why. It's a bad day that they're having. Right. And something stupid that Brett's going to say very soon is going to make their day for the rest of maybe the week feel better. And then they're able, maybe that air positivity then changes their whole direction and everything too. And that's kind of why, that's why we do this, right? I mean, it's like, so, and I think that's why I titled this thing today, it's why community is so important, because it doesn't matter wherever you are. If you're part of SEN, if you're part of whatever channel that you like, and you find friends there, because I get so excited when I see like these call to action kids and like Albert and Abby and all of them doing their thing, because for some reason the stupid things that we do means a lot to them. And because of that, now I watched Abby Friel's video blog that she did about the spectacular.
I need to watch that.
She just put it up.
Okay.
And you see her, and she's saying hi to everybody, right? And she really loves the Schmoedown, but she's meeting her competitors. But then she makes like a right turn, and she runs into the call to action people. And they greet her like they knew her since she was in kindergarten. And it's like, I'm like, that's why it's important. Yeah. That's why, like, it matters to people. And there's some people out there, and there's some people, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There's somebody maybe watching this right now who hates my guts, and and whatever, and has made comments about me. I think it's me. I figured it was you.
It's me.
But doesn't like me, or doesn't like things, or doesn't like you, or doesn't like some of the things that we say, whatever it might be.
Everybody hates Rocha.
Yeah, it's true.
That's my new show.
Right. But the other thing though, John, is how many times have you been in, you especially, have you been in a mood, and like you say, you type something down, you go, that was the bad thing to say. I don't know why I wrote that. And maybe that's coming because people don't necessarily know you. Right. But because you're with them and because they're connected to you, maybe it's every day, maybe it's not every day, they feel like they can say something to you because, you know what, fuck you. Yeah. And then they're like, and they pull back on it. But I don't want to judge people on their days, because I don't know what kind of days they're having. And again, that's what we find out through community. So I know it's important to you.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
that a community has been important to you. I mean, look at the top 10 community.
Yeah, and never more so over the last 5 days, for God's sakes. Community's been incredible. For Roxy, for Riley, for all of us, you know, it's been fascinating. And, you know, when you're, I mean, there have been some tough moments over the last few days. Like, it's scary to walk out there on the high wire, to have people come and say the comments that they're saying and, you know, be all positive and supportive. I think the thing, I cracked it last night in the middle of the live stream in my mind, is the fact that they see us as one of them.
Yeah.
And we crossed that line. We crossed that line to in front of the camera, and we got successful to a degree about it or with it, and so they see themselves in us. We don't come across as highfalutin critics or any of that kind. Not that all of them are.
You do.
Well, sure, sometimes. If we're talking foreign films, get off my tip. But I'm just saying, like those kinds of things. So they sense a camaraderie with us, and the fact that we're free to talk about whatever, and we'll talk about it. We're not scared or anything. It's like, boom, let's talk about it. It's in the air. Let's do it. And I think they respect and they gravitate to that. Honesty is what fans want.
Yeah.
Truthfulness. And when they sense it and they know it instinctively, then they come with you. And I think
they want
all
to feel
of
like
us
they're
do
having
that.
a conversation with you the same way that they would if they run into you, if they're your buddies or they're friends of yours, and you go to wherever there's movies or whatever it might be. Like, have conversations about it. And people, I found, especially at like meet and greets, when they come up to you, they're very respectful. They have great conversations, and you kind of goof with people, and you have a good time, and you know, and they feel like they know you. But then even when they meet you the first time, they're like, well, can I bring that up? I'm like, yeah, let's talk about it. We have some fun. But RB3, man, like you've like one of the reasons that like had it not been for this community, right? I don't find RB3.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? I don't find Ben Goddard. Like it's because and correct me if I'm wrong here,
So cute.
RB3, that it was because that the Schmoeville was inviting that we were able to connect in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was really through Facebook that I got to meet, got to talk to you initially and ask you if I was able to upload like those old podcast episodes and
from Toad Hop,
from Toad Hop days. Yeah, and it was again just because I was a big fan, and I think this show more than anything allowed for a lot of interactivity with like you and Mark and just the whole community in general, the Facebook group, the YouTube comments, and everything. Like it's a really strong community. And I even before I started working here, people in Schmoeville knew me like really, really well. So it was just a beautiful, transition. So
yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is it works in that. That's what I was trying to do, kind of coming back here with SEN, is because with the Schmoedown, we know that there's definitely that. I mean, they're hungry and there's that hardcore fan group. Yeah, but you can't expect everyone to love the Schmoedown. And I think that when Mark and I built out this like kind of this idea of the average schmo, if you will, just shooting the shit, like there are people who really respond to that, and there are people who, I mean, even more so now have done it, and we're learning so many new people and getting to know so many new people that are becoming the regulars here on the show, and that's another reason when people say, well, why do you do the SCHMOEBOT? Why do you do so many of the questions? Because that's the whole point of the connection of the community, and that's why it's so important. That's why we're connected. Like, I don't need this show to do 100,000, 200,000 views. I don't really. To me, it's one of these shows that, if we're laughing and you're laughing with us, then we've done our job. And Kate, because Kate's brand new to this. I mean, you've been doing it since Collider Live, but
this is my first show of the year.
Ever.
This is the first time I've been on.
This is the first time you've ever used a microphone.
I've never.
So, but I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on it, like what you've seen so far.
That, Kate. I'm
Say it. What was it? What was it?
Well, it's disrespectful.
Oh, so many new things happened while I was gone.
Well, tell me after you tell the community why they're so good.
Why this community is
so good?
I
want to know. They want to know.
Yeah.
They want to know. Why is it important?
Well, I feel like it's what you're saying. It's the quality over quantity, and I feel like, I don't know. Like I'm a big believer in knowing your audience, and I mean that in any room that you're in.
Yeah.
So if just a brief example is if I'm in a fight with my mom. If I'm in a room with my girlfriend who's lost her mother, that's not my audience. You don't put that on somebody who has something worse happen.
Way to go deep. I like it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's just something I'm aware of because like you sort of know what you got. You have to come. You come knowing what everybody else is working with.
Right.
We don't have that here. right? I don't know what everybody's working with, but I'm assuming some people are doing better. Some people are doing worse than me. Like right now, I've been thinking about Anthony Nugent and like, where is he? Like, do we know, is he safe?
This is Australia, right?
Like, is his family safe? Like all of our Australia friends, like, is everybody doing okay out there? Like, so there's something, you know, I think something that can happen is that like we can talk about something that might be a problem to us, and that would not be a problem to somebody who's watching. But I don't know not to say it because I don't know everybody's situation.
It's interesting though how we're connected. Because it's that thing. It's like when you're younger and you think about like being the television or even radio, right? You're not as connected to the audience because you don't see. You're not either whether it's comments or they're asking questions, and it's like Kate just said, like even when she said like I'm thinking about Anthony Nugent, I'm like, oh, Australia. I'm like, I know I never met this person, but I know because of how involved he's been on this show that I want to know if he's okay. I want to know Jacob London, who who is also Australia, and Taylor. You know, like I met these people through the SCHMOEBOT and through the community, and it's like, you know, and now that I genuinely care about them, and I care about the audience because like I've said to them millions of times, like without this community, why do you care? Like why do you why would you? Because we're all comedians. Well, you've done comedy.
I'm funny. I'm funny looking.
Wow, disrespectful. Only RB3 can say disrespectful.
That's right. But
disrespectful.
but we've all and I think Kate's right. It's knowing the audience and the same because we're trying to crack jokes and make you laugh. Will we cover one of the main headlines? I don't know.
That's what I've discovered. That's what I've discovered being on the show.
Last night.
It's he goes, we'll send the rundown at some point. I don't know. And I go, I don't think it really matters. We get to it. We get to what we get to whenever, if we even get to one of them. Yeah. Which I love.
Yeah.
And I will say, I've made connections with people too that, you know, I sort of feel like, oh, my dance card is full. I'm 37 years old. I'm going on 38 this year. Like, I don't need any more people in my life. And then like these amazing people, like meeting PC at the SCHMOEBOT. Like, what's up, girl?
Suge Knight.
Suge Knight. Oh my God, you guys, the story I have about Suge.
Oh yeah,
but like
you gotta tell that.
Suge's a friend of mine now. Like, sorry, Suge.
Yeah,
you've been labeled a friend.
All right, now Brett,
Can't take that back.
because everybody said nice things. You have to close us out.
Oh, I know. Well, I wanted to say something. When I was watching the Golden Globes, I was thinking about like what I do, and sometimes I'm like, am I proud of like my children if they saw some of the really vulgar things I've said and stuff like that, and the jokes and things like that, and I go, you know. And then I started to get some of these messages. I'm getting some of the most beautiful messages from people that deal with depressions and things. And I'm sorry I haven't responded, but if you ask my wife, it takes me about 3 hours to write an email.
He's depressed,
and
people.
I also don't, like, they say such a nice thing. I feel like I couldn't respond in a way that was so. I just, if you're out there, I see you, and I appreciate everything you've said to me, and keep your heads up. And I mean, it's been an amazing thing for me lately to be able to come out and talk about depression and things like that, and to be just it's helpful to know that yes, everybody's going through this shit, you know. And I love that part of this, and I'm overwhelmed.
I know you are.
Yeah.
I know you are, and I've known you for a long time, and it's like it's one of those things where I'm excited that you're excited to do this show. I'm excited because it was harder for you to when we were doing Collider Live, it was just harder for you to do it because it was also it wasn't the same vibe for you that it was like on Schmoes. And I think you've really kind of come into your own on this show because, and it's also because you're able to connect with the fans because you're not comfortable, especially in live settings when fans come over to him. It's not that he's not appreciative.
Oh, right.
He just why are they shaking my hand? Oh, okay. But I think that you're getting better with that, and I think that's again why we titled this today. That's why we think community is so important.
It's weird to think that somebody thinks you're that special. Because when you don't think you're that special, when you're not, I'm not some big star, I'm not whatever, and it's a strange thing to get used to that people come up to you and find so much joy meeting you, and you're like, man, I don't even like myself that much. Like, so that's what I deal with. It's like, hey, dude, man, hey, we're in the same place. Let's have a beer, but
I gotta get you a sniper shirt. I have to make you
I
a
know.
sniper shirt. Yeah.
Oh!
You got those sound effects. Oh hell yeah.
And now I was talking to my mom
Very
about that.
respectful.
Yeah.
I was like, now they keep calling me the sniper. I'm worried that my joke's not gonna hit. Now I'm starting to freak out.
Well,
So you missed your shot.
Miss.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
missed your shot.
I'll tell you what's missing is that why is that microphone aimed at your neck?
Well, I was taking some of Winston's thing about not hiding the face. I was trying to.
Yeah, but it's like you can barely hear it. It's like your beard is taller.
Maybe I
But
gotta-
Winston's
like
10
this.
feet tall. man.
Yeah,
That's
true.
yeah. I gotta get it a little bit.
But and I would be remiss if I didn't ask Ben his overall thoughts, because he also joined. Not only did he very similar story to like RB3, where he joined the community after watching, I think like it was like movie fights and all these things. But you're brand new to this, and man, do you wish you didn't join?
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing is that I got very lucky that I kind of met Emma closer.
We got a lot of microphone notes for you today.
I was trying. You're on camera, so I was trying to not say anything, so that way you didn't have to address it.
Oh, you want to talk about slyly addressing something? Got it.
Okay, great thought. Okay, moving on now. Great. It was good. It was great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
But
Kate, anyways, tell me the story about Suge Knight. Go ahead, you rat. Go ahead.
no, I got lucky that Emma and Cameron Rice and like Hector Navarro would come in after shooting their show to the bar I worked at, and I got to know Emma through that, and then I just asked her if I could help out around, and then you guys were so great, and then coming on this show, and people see like just like that how I'm kind of like the fall guy of the show, which I'm new, I'm okay with it, but even like at the Schmoedown at the expo, people are like, hey, we give you a lot of shit, but like we love you, love you, you're a great addition.
Well,
so.
we love you too.
Yes.
No.
After today,
Can we say what you said without mentioning names? Are you cool
No, I don't think.
Come on.
I said.
with that? Without mentioning names.
I just want to know before you say it, what kind of people are in your life that I'm like the super like
Wait,
social-
don't set it up yet. We got.
I just want to know.
It's
Now
like-
I'm interested.
Can you just say what you were saying?
I said-
don't say the name.
Okay, I won't say the name. I said, I'm not interested in you getting together with X. I think you're gonna get together with Y because you'll both sit around and talk about why it would be demeaning for her to give you a blowjob. And you'd be like, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Put the camera on yourself. Put the camera on yourself.
Oh my god.
And you'll be in agreement. Yeah, like, you're right. You shouldn't suck my dick. You're right. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespectful.
And this is after I gave her fucking Christmas present.
Immediately.
She opens up the Christmas present. She goes, "Oh, thanks, but he goes, shove it up your ass."
I just listen now. It's not a dig on you. I'm saying you're somebody who I feel like sometimes I say things about women that you're like I have to apologize to you.
And that's what I'm wondering. Like, who do you hang out with that I'm the social justice warrior? Because I'm not. I'm so politically incorrect.
Okay.
But somehow I'm
guess-
the hyper liberal one in this room.
I guess I hang out with my kids.
And they're racist.
The little one. Whoa.
Man.
Are you going back to hang out with Ben? Stop it.
I just tell them. I'm like, no, James, Rocha's Italian. He just pretends to be Hispanic.
Oh, easy.
He's just really Italian.
Oh my God, that was good stuff.
Anyway, good to know. I just feel like every once in a while I say things and I feel like you're shook, and I'm like, oh no. Like I've called you and apologized to you
That
before.
was a little different.
No. All right.
No,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
We're not-
Enough is enough.
Are you talking about levels here? Like who should be? Like if he received a blowjob from somebody, it would be demeaning for that person or demeaning for him.
No, the joke was just
The joke was the joke.
The joke was just like that these I feel like these two people are I feel like this person and Ben are both people who
I love this.
are
Ladies and gentlemen, Kate.
are like
Kate's non-spoiler review about Ben's dating life.
Oh God.
Perfect.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
I'll get it at the break, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen. This is what this show is.
you're
So
right.
if you're brand new to this show, welcome. This is so. Let me tell you right now that if you are brand new to this show, this is absolutely what you'll be tuning into Monday through Friday. So if you came over here to see, like, what do they think about what Interactive's next movie is going to be? I don't know. Maybe we'll figure that out later.
It said Star Wars once.
I do love listening to my 2-year-old say "Baby Oda." Baby Oda, so good. She's also racist. But it's great to be here with you guys today. It really is. And we're starting off strong here, and I'm so glad to have you. Look, yesterday we had so many super chats that came in. And we never got to them. So yesterday we did all Streamlabs, and we're still going to do that today. So make sure that your questions come in to streamlabs.com/the We'll put the SCHMOEBOT on in just a little bit. I'm going to answer all of the super chat questions too, because I want to make sure those people who put in, because you guys do support us. You guys are the reason that we're able to do the show each and every day, and the reason we're able to bring new people in. And if you haven't joined already, one of the ways to do it, you can join patreon.com/SCHMOEDOWN. That's going to be for, right now, that's the entire network, man. So you want to support $1 a month? Great. You don't want to do any of that? Great. It's whatever you want to do. A like and a comment helps us out on the show. A retweet helps it out. But let's go to Super Chat here. And Nicole Pereira, this was talking about Roxy last week. I'm a huge fan and need to see you on YouTube as much as possible. You can check her out. You can check Riley out, Rocha. Everybody has their own YouTube channels. They're doing great. Really having a good time, and it's a lot of fun. Watch their streams for sure.
Who's better than Roxy? I mean, what a human. I mean,
yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Kate.
Repeat
that question.
You're all right.
I just mean like that she was like that she would shoot for 2 hours and then still take the time to watch this show.
Oh yeah. She's connected and she's single.
Yeah. True. No children.
Yeah.
I know, but then also that she took it so hard. She was like, well, it's clearly on me that this happened.
I know.
I felt bad.
I know. This is the thing about Roxy. She is a constant professional. She is a professional. And that's the thing that people give Roxy crap, because Roxy also plays a role on a lot of these things. People don't understand how business savvy Roxy Stryer is. Roxy is a pit bull. Roxy will get and she knows how to go after what she's after, and she does it she's it's so much class. Yeah, she really does. I know that a lot of people when because she can play a part and she says things on the air, and so she really sometimes she's polarizing. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But that's what she does on air, right?
You discount and underestimate Roxy at your own peril.
Yeah,
that's
well said. And look what she's done for the SCHMOEDOWN.
Exactly.
I mean, you look at the way she learned the game. People don't understand. Like when she was coming, what's Roxy going to know? Roxy's one of the best managers ever had because she learned the game, her research, and all that stuff too. So to answer, because what she does, it's not only the fact that she's supporting people, she's doing research. She wants to know how to get better and better and better, and you see it in her stream. So and it's the reason why she's gone from 1,000 subscribers to almost 15,000 that because she's that's just who she is. So Roxy's great, and and I only know it's again we're gonna have her on as much as possible, and she's gonna be at the draft. You're going to be at the draft. Everybody here will be at the draft. The draft is at the Comedy Store. We're talking about community. You guys want to be out, if you're in the LA area, you can get to the Southern California area, the Comedy Store, the main room, this Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Not only are we going to do the awards, which are going to be a shit show and a lot of fun, then right after that is the full draft. And how about this? I announced it on Monday because Emma made her announcement. She's going to go back to just doing the desk and maybe some post interviews. But we have a new team. It is the Den and the managers. Grace Hancock and Kate Mulligan. Kate Mulligan in the house. She's going to be managing. And so, listen, last night I got a text. And it was from Dagnino. And so there's an official trade that's on the it's on the board.
Okay.
And so I announced that there was a trade that had been sent over to the Den, and Kate and Grace have discussed it. So here is what the trade would be.
We also discussed how I was going to wear my hair on Saturday.
Did you? Oh, amazing.
I'm making it into a mane.
I love it. Okay,
I'm working on my character still.
Well, listen. So here is the trade. Here is the trade that is on the board. and that we do not have any. We're going to find the answer from the den right now. This is the trade that is on the board. The Finstock Exchange, they are offering the number 5 pick in the first round, the 23rd pick in the second, the 50th and the 59th pick for the number 8th pick, the 26th, and the 29th. So basically, the den would move up 3 spots in round 1 and 3, and
listen to the
yeah. And then
other part of this.
Yes, and then, so the den would move up 3 spots in rounds 1 and 3, and
That's
they
good,
trade
right?
their 4th rounder for their 6th and 7th round picks is what it would be. So that is the trade on the table. The den, who used to be the Lions Den, the Lions Den was created by Finstock.
That's right.
But now it is the den. You know about the Lions Den. You've been
quite a lot about the Lions.
But the den, so that is on the table. So if that is the case, you would jump over a few people. You would have that pick. So the official response from the den: do you accept or do you deny the trade?
Deny!
Oh, wow. Denying the trade. You're
I
saying
don't
no.
understand that.
You're saying no.
We're saying no.
Wow.
You get your pick of the litter, so to speak, Lions Den.
You can't negotiate for your
No,
team.
no.
All
Here's the truth.
Wow, look at that.
I look like easy prey. I just took RB3 to church.
You did.
There is no one is going to come to me with a deal that's good for me.
Yeah.
No one.
Oh, so no one's going to come to you with a deal that's good for you.
So let me tell you now. So that's not so that
Because they're preying.
is that
on
an
me.
official no? Because I can give my
Yes.
opinion. It's an
Yeah.
official no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my opinion.
That's not.
I will tell you. I think it's a smart move to say no, because it's a snake draft. And if they have the number 8 pick, that means they'll have the number 2 pick in the second round. And they have a chance to get 2 power players. If you trade them up for 3rd and 4th round pick, you're losing a lot of clout. I think it's a smart move.
I look like easy meat, but he forgets that I'm the predator.
Yeah.
I'm the predator. I'm the lion.
That's right. Well,
I
look,
think that's
all right.
what her
so,
voice.
So
is
there
gonna
you go.
be like.
You got
just
your
have
answer.
A Chicago accent.
You're working it out. The
Yeah, I'm
character.
working it out. I think she's just gonna talk a lot like this.
No, that's
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Never seen a Chicago Lion. That's usually
Oh,
a
wait.
bear.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Can we just make sure we have the camera on Kate here, RB3? Ready?
Oh,
Thank you so much. All right, let's have a commentary. So, everybody, I do want to move on over. But like I said, tell Finstock, or you guys tell Finstock, denied. And poor Ben Bateman just woke up in a cold sleep. He doesn't know why. Yeah. But getting back over. Let's get to.
By the way, I've won 10 fantasy football drafts.
Okay.
And this son of a bitch has yet to reach out to me.
You're not allowed
to help him.
You are not allowed.
You don't think Ben's whispering in his ear?
If you want to do it behind the curtains,
A
then
really
you
good
guys.
point.
I told Ben Bateman, and this is what I said to him. I said, if you initiate one more trade with a manager, then I'm going to make sure
Give
that
you to the den.
You will lose. That they will lose one of their draft picks.
Do you mean if Ben initiates or
Ben,
Tom? Okay.
Ben.
Has
Tom
Ben
can
been
do-
initiating?
He reached out to Winston at one point, and I told him, I said, if you do that again, then the Finstock Exchange will lose a draft pick. So basically, you guys would have lost Riley.
Ben, calm your fucking ass down. Calm your young fucking ass down.
He called me after. He's like, I won't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And so like let Tom do it. And Tom was the one who reached out to me to present this trade to them. And then they sat on it last night, talked about it, and they said no. So that trade is not going down.
That's what happens when you have a bunch of alphas on the team. Everybody thinks they're swaggering forward.
Yeah. But,
Slow down.
well, the draft. So this is what's happening before
Cock
any.
strong.
This
Oh
is,
my God, Rocha's taking me to church
Look,
today.
this is what's happening before there are picks even made. So get to the draft. It's going to be awesome. It's the SCHMOEBOT.com. You get tickets or get the tickets at the Comedy Store website. It's in the main room of the Comedy Store. If you've never been there, it's
The
amazing.
only time
legendary.
I'll ever be in the main room.
I don't know if that's necessarily All right, let's get back here. So going back to because I want to try to get to these super chats.
Let's get
Yes,
to
yes.
serious.
Kinky Sphincter's back in the house. Wasn't it Alfred?
Let's get to some
Oh, wait.
serious. Kinky sphincter.
That was an old one anyway. So I want to just make sure. So this is movie Finobi is sad to see Emma Fife go.
Yes, of
And
course.
then this is Echo Base Network. Shout out to Campy for his rant over the weekend. I don't think there's a better video on YouTube all weekend. I mean, look, I think everything's been said about that situation that needs to be said, and a lot of things were said that were right, a lot of things that were said that were wrong, and I think that the community, as I said before, can move on, and we can all do good stuff. Fictitious Christ, I know that person. Towers filled with farts and parties. LFJ, all right. Tom Knight, can you still film the Schmoedown at Collider? So listen, I'm gonna have a lot of announcements coming up very soon. I was part of the community announcement that I had this morning is that I'm hopefully in the next few weeks there's going to be a pretty fun announcement. A lot of times people are like, oh, it's an announcement, somebody's leaving. No one's leaving. It's a big announcement that I have, and I want to say that the audience is very responsible for a lot of this, and we'll be talking about that in depth. But as far as I spoke to Fernandez this morning, to be honest with you, and we talked about that very thing, and there's a very good chance that for the first at least for the first half of the year that we might exactly be doing that and filming there. But let's nothing set in stone yet. The season doesn't even start until January 25th in Brooklyn. So let's get there first, and then February is when all the studio matches start anyway. So we have some time. But and I appreciate everybody kind of reaching out and asking because, like I said, Fernandez, even though he's been getting a lot of shit lately, and he's been very good to this company. He's been very good to the Schmoedown, and he's been very good to the fact that he's. I mean, you got to remember, there's things that if we don't, if Collider didn't give us the access that we had, we couldn't have built out the Schmoedown. We couldn't have built out a lot of this stuff. So he's continued to do that. He's been very supportive of it, and he had very nice words to say about all of of us yesterday. So I don't.
He still doesn't know who I am though, so
no,
I'm
he has
pretty
no clue
sure
who you are.
he
No
didn't
idea.
say anything
No,
nice about me.
he doesn't know who you are. He said Katie Sackhoff is wonderful.
I wish.
Yeah. But anyway, so I just wanted to thank you for asking, and I really appreciate it. Ben Brown, Kristian, have you ever had to fire anyone before? I've had to let someone go for the first time tomorrow, and I'm stressing. Any advice would be appreciated. I have, and it sucks, man. It sucks. It's... Look, the best thing that you can do is when you have the conversation, you're open, you're honest, don't mince words, but don't be harsh, and you got to realize you're dealing with people's livelihoods when you're talking to people, and it's just the unfortunate part of the job. And have all your reasons, make sure that you know everything that's coming, whether it's budget or whatever it might be, and just be upfront. People respect honesty, people respect people being upfront. So, and even if they're hurt in the moment, you got to remember a lot of times that emotion takes over us in the right and wrong times. So,
do you have any tells when you're going to be firing someone?
John Rocha shows up a lot more.
What I do is I sip water and look directly in the person's eye.
But it's also a difference too. If you have to fire somebody because a bunch of people are being let go because of a shift in direction or layoffs or whatever, that's way harder than if somebody's done some wrongdoing at a company.
Right. I mean, it depends on. Yeah, depends.
So,
I don't know the reason.
I'm sorry you have to fire somebody.
I know.
But
I don't know, because sometimes someone does some wrong. You got to walk through those legal minefields.
I know
that's
that's
true.
You have to.
right?
Hopefully, you have a paper trail.
And you
really
don't tweet anything that could get you in trouble.
Yes.
Right. It just
Totally.
depends. It just depends on the
legal doors.
Yeah, it just depends on the circumstance
For lawsuits.
Yeah.
Charles Chemtob, could you talk about Ricky Gervais's monologue on Sunday? We talked about it kind of in great depth yesterday, so I would say go back to yesterday's episode to watch it. Dag Selbach Brod. Excited for the future of the channel, Kristian. Will a Schmoedown Hall of Fame ever be introduced? Can you get off that phone, please?
Sorry.
Get off that phone.
I'm on camera? I apologize.
I can see it.
I
can tell you.
apologize.
Now you're... Go ahead.
I'm gonna get mad because
Go ahead,
Matt- I'm sorry,
No,
it's
no,
Matt-
no, RBT, go ahead. You're still new.
Rocha called me out on Movie Talk one time. I have my phone.
Totally
now.
fair. I'm
So-
sorry.
Yeah.
Matt's freaking out about Houston. We're getting some things, so I'm
He's
sorry.
got it
All
on
right,
a stand.
it's-
He's got it like a
hey,
I'm sorry.
Say hey, Matt, I'm on the air. I'll call you back in 12, sweetie.
Yes.
Ellis
Said it's an
just
emergency,
texted
which
me
is
too,
why
by
I'm
the way.
texting. I apologize.
I just got
apologize.
a call from an 800 number.
Yeah.
I got to check what this is.
All right. All right. So anyway, will there be a Hall of Fame ever introduced? First ballot should include Rachel, Sam, Dan, and Rocha. There will be a Hall of Fame introduced for sure. Once we set up some more things down the line, absolutely. I would probably want to do it the same way that WWE does it. Do it at the Spectacular and doing like the day before, maybe even at the Fan Expo or something like that. Because I love that Fan Expo. We'll probably do another one this year at the Spectacular again, which I love doing it live. So probably do that again. So it might even be this year. We don't know yet, but we're definitely talking about it. And thank you. Really appreciate it. Awesome. Jonathan Carroll, thoughts on the PGA nominations? Those were the movies I predicted that would get the recognition. Sad for The Farewell not getting much love. Ben, can you bring up the PGA noms? He'll bring those up on Producers Guild, and we'll see what was nominated. We'll talk about that in a sec. Yeah. Melanie Dawn. Rule of Two wasn't Bane. He got the idea from Ribbon's Holocron. Bane ended up kind of a punk at the end of those books. I mean, he the idea itself, but he initiated it, man. He put it together and he carried it out. And again, from canon, Bane is the one who created Rule of Two. As far as the books go and the legends go, you're not wrong. But when it comes to Clone Wars Season 6, when Yoda goes into the room, see, what happens is he sees a ghost voiced by Mark Hamill and says, "You created Rule 2." That's the truth.
I got the PGA,
Have you done your research?
You got him? All right, let's go to the PGA noms.
I can't wait.
Where is that? Where is it?
Tell them what the PGA is first. Ben.
Producers
Pro Golf
Guild. We said that already.
Association, right?
Yeah, exactly. Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
Their favorite movies.
All right, what is it?
Producers Guild of America. This is their nominations for movies, television, and so it's 1917, Ford v Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Knives Out, Little Women, Marriage Story, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. And then there's animated, which is Abominable, Frozen 2, How to Train Your Dragon 3, Missing Link, and Toy Story 4. And then it goes into all television.
Yeah, that's fine. I gotta watch that Missing Link. It wasn't the Golden Globe, right?
Yeah.
Did you see it? It stinks.
It's not that good.
Really?
I really liked it.
I don't know why.
I thought it was better than Kubo.
It was.
Like I didn't like.
I
Kubo
love
that
Kubo.
much.
You didn't like? Oh wow! I thought it was
animation of
slow.
Kubo.
I thought it was slow and kind of boring.
I don't know, I like Hugh Jackman and Zach Galifianakis. I like their back and forth.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What a dick.
Welcome to the show, Rocha!
No, I will say How to Train Your Dragon is not getting enough love. It's really frustrating the living hell out of it.
Toy
It's
Story
a fantastic
4
film.
isn't getting enough. I can't believe Toy Story 4.
Pixar's had the run of
I
this.
know,
probably
but Toy
why,
Story
yeah.
weeping in Toy Story 4.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like Frozen too.
Yeah, Frozen 2 is awesome too. I think that's where Ben wanted to go.
Hot take.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyway, so those as far as those noms, I mean that's pretty much on par with everything else that's going on. I still need to see The Farewell though, man. I gotta check that out.
Knives Out got nominated, for Best Picture too. Do you think it has an actual chance of getting a Best Picture nomination?
For PGA, no.
No, it got nominated for PGA, but do you think
No.
it
Nomination for
no.
Oscar. Dude.
Yeah, Oscar.
I thought you meant a chance to win it. No.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
I'd be surprised.
No. But there's a sequel they're talking about already for that movie. Do you know that?
Oh yeah,
For Knives Out? Knives Out. No, what is it? What's the sequel?
It's called The Last Jedi.
Oh, you
Just another
just wanted to do it, huh?
There's no name for a sequel, but I'm guessing that it's going to be in the same vein of like Agatha Christie.
Yeah.
Oh, the Death on the Nile that's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that it's going to be another Benoit Blanc, Daniel Craig mystery because the movie's made $250 million worldwide on a $40 million budget, so it's super successful.
There should be a Last Christmas sequel by that thing.
Yeah.
120 million worldwide.
Yeah.
$25 million budget.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Really?
Garbage. Okay, listen. There's the next one. This is now from Melanie Dawn, Rule of Two. She said that already. This is from Jason Siraj. They are calling it Project Luminous. Movies, books, comics, video games. This is huge if true, and I couldn't be more excited. What's that for? Project Luminous?
I would look it up, but I don't want to get it.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's look that up. What's Project Luminous? And then
Must have been
RB3, you know what I
something
forgot to
we were
do?
talking
Let's
about
turn on for a little bit. Let's turn on the SCHMOEBOT for
Oh, great. This bitch paying our bills.
You better. Ben, he's sorry he called her a bitch.
Go back home. You have children. Raise a family.
Raise a family. Oh,
Kate, I'm sorry that your kids are racist, but fuck Bagel Boy.
Project Luminous is an upcoming project working on. Yeah, fuck y'all. Moving on.
Do it, baby. Do it.
Show on the road.
What is it?
It's a
Jesus.
project being worked on by Kevin Scott, Claudia Gray, Charles Scholl,
Oh, wow.
which spans both comics and books to tell one cohesive story. Set to release this year.
Why is this a novel concept?
No, but
To tell a cohesive story.
Across multiple mediums?
the novel concept should be giving Claudia Gray a chance to write a freaking screenplay.
Hell yes.
That's what should. I don't know why they haven't done that. It's like they're just like staying away from the novels and the people who write the novels.
Yeah.
Like you have people who can tell Star Wars stories. Grab them, and
Yeah.
you already have them writing for you.
Kristian, you said the other day you would be doing a DBZ championship. Were you just busting balls? See what I did there? Or is this legit? If legit, I wish I could play Schmoedown. I would smash the hell out of it as I live, breathe, and bleed Dragon Ball.
No, I'm an idiot. And I'm just I constantly am sarcastic with my family and friends, and now you guys as well, because even my 8-year-old now says to me frequently, "Not everything's a joke, Dad. Not everything's a joke,
In all
Dad."
seriousness, you are my favorite part of the show, Brett.
go.
You're hilarious and always make me laugh. Now you just have to drop that deadweight Catholic Carl off or whatever the F his name is. JK, I'm loving the show.
You're not wrong. You should drop Catholic Harlow, and you should actually, because it's another thing we've been talking about is giving Brett his own show, man. He needs.
Oh, yeah.
Brett's
He does
gotta-
need his own show.
Now that Riley's available, we're talking about that because
Yeah.
Kate never has any time. So yeah, it's something that we're definitely talking about. Still going through these super chats from yesterday. And then Lucas Shashek says people are saying that the SCHMOEBOT is super quiet. Well, I don't think so. Kate Van D, Rachel versus the Mara match is still the match of all time. It was. I mean, it was a great match. I mean,
It's epic.
It was an epic match. I mean, people forget. Yeah, they weren't feeling well.
Yeah.
But they went 11 rounds into sudden death, dude.
Also,
That's crazy.
people forget the McQueenie JTE match that went, what,
That's
7
true.
rounds or 8
Something
rounds
like
sudden
that.
death? It was,
That was a great
madness.
match,
So
yeah.
both those matches, definitely.
Clark and Kalinowski.
Yeah,
I think,
Clark
up all the
Kalinowski.
time,
That's
too.
right.
And then Andrew Elliott says Maz Kanata and Jabba are alive at that time too. I don't remember what we were talking about yesterday. What time? Mark C. I love the Ricky Gervais monologue. Sadly, all he did was speak the truth, and Hollywood is the joke. You didn't love it?
I didn't like it, and I'll tell you why.
it. I
It's like
loved it.
Eminem rapping about the streets after he's been living in a mansion for 10 years. He's been living high on the
But he
hog
hasn't changed
with Hollywood.
But wait,
so for him to bash Hollywood, I thought was a bit.
But it's. I would be on your side if
10
he
years
had-
ago, there's a great monologue from Ricky Gervais.
If
I will
I would-
join the Patreon if Kristian can show proof that he has watched John Carpenter's The Thing.
Fair enough. I
man.
can't show you that proof right now. I have it on my shelf. I can show you that. But what I will tell you is that I would be on your side if this was like, where did this come from type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
This is how he would be if you were sitting at dinner with him. This is the same shit that he would
Sure.
say at dinner.
I'm sure.
So you can't fault the man for being successful and having money. He can still share opinions of going, this is ridiculous that you act this way and that you feel this way. Take your award, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
It's a great roast, but no one gets a retort. Right?
That's
But
You should
that's
get
why
retorted.
No, you don't, because that's why you hire him. It's not like a one-time
All right.
thing. It's not like if it's again when the first time they hired him and all the stuff was coming out, like oh my god, it's like whoa, well, that's who he was, but maybe we shouldn't do that again. He's hosted like 4 times.
Yes, you're right.
You know at this point what
Hey,
you're
oh, right,
getting.
fair
with the
point.
man.
They
You
knew
see
they
what-
were
you
getting.
see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like so at that point, it's like yeah, he's coming in and he's firing shots. I loved it, dude. I thought it was one of the best and refreshing things that I've seen in a very long time.
The Maz Kanata thing was about the next saga being 400 years ago.
Oh
Maz
right,
Kanata and
oh
Jabba.
right,
Oh,
in
yeah,
the in the High Republic. Oh
The
yeah,
young
right, right.
Jabba.
Okay, good call.
Baby Jabba?
Baby Jama.
Haskell 420. Oh, this is from yesterday. So Haskell 420. Fernandez just tweeted out he's having a town hall operation live stream at 3 p.m. on the fans' frustrations and other questions they have. I saw it. I saw that he had posted yesterday, and it's up there too. And I think that like I said, he's trying to. He wants to be as open and honest with the fans as possible. So like I said, it's out
Why
there.
has no one given Kristian the business for forgetting his glasses?
Yeah, I know.
As for Globe's monologue, Tom Hanks' face was priceless.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
worth
So
it.
he made him throw. Go ahead, Robbie. Go ahead.
That was literally the funniest part of the monologue.
Yeah.
Like when I think he said something about like only like white people being nominated. And they cut to Tom Hanks' face. And he's like, shit killed me.
It was really good. I loved it. So just once again, that stuff it's out there. And all I will tell you is that you know people are human beings also, you know, and it's one of those things that you watch the overall. There are certain things I definitely have my opinions on how certain things were handled and certain things were said that I think that were handled terribly, and things that definitely shouldn't have been said or tweeted out.
What are you talking about now? We were talking about your glasses and the Golden
I'll
Globes.
talk about the glasses
yeah,
in a second.
yeah.
I'm going back to the Fernandez thing.
Okay.
But
the Fernandez thing. Okay.
But what I will tell you though, but when it comes to Fernandez, he is doing everything to try to make it right in general. And I think that and he said it on his stream yesterday. You want to yell at him and you want to say certain things. He's taking the brunt. He understands it. That's what it is. But I just, you know, for me, I think that we should all kind of move on, have some fun, and that's why I'm happy with laughing and bullshitting with my friends over here too. So as far as the my glasses go, yeah, I can't see anything. That might even.
Ben
You
offered
get
to go
one
them.
pair.
I have two, and
You
they're
just
both.
leave it in here.
Well, you're right.
You can also make the text bigger with that pad. Just a suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Just saying.
It's true. Absolutely.
Just saying.
What'd you say?
Ben also offered to go get them for you.
Yeah, but that's just because he wanted us to creep around and steal shit in my house.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, a lot of great old stand-up VHSs in there.
Don't forget the black and white headshots.
Yeah.
Don't you forget the
Those
headshots.
are over there. Those are over there. And I think the tapes are under there, scumbag. Having a good someone in the chat room is probably like, "What am I watching right now?" I love it. Okay, this is Matthias Polanco, shameless plug, but I want to know if Ellis saw his Star Wars Top Gun mashup trailer. He's the only opinion I'm interested in. Well, that's not very nice. Also, did the Top Gun intro with the Danger Zone using the Battle of Yavin? I didn't have a chance to ask him yesterday if he saw it, but I will ask him the next time I see him, which will be this Saturday at the Comedy Store. But I loved it, and I tweeted it out, and I think people should watch it. It's really awesome. Chase Vaughn, off topic. What are your thoughts on Michael Fassbender as a live-action Thrawn? Visualizing his Magneto in First Class. Make it happen, Kristian. Well, yeah, I'll make some phone calls. Fassbender is would be great. I think Benedict Cumberbatch would be great. There's a lot of different people I think that could be a great Thrawn, and it's also, remember that because of the makeup, they could put somebody who's even a little older. You know, you could do a Jeremy Irons as Thrawn. You know, depending on what time it came out. So I think there's a lot of great
Schlong
choices.
Wars.
I agree.
The Rise of the Blue Fairy.
Yes.
They fly now schlong along.
You know what,
There you
Joe?
go.
That's some fucking epic shit.
Yeah.
That's
You know, that's the type of stuff the community brings together. And
it's like it's so true. What do you feel a community is like?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. It's like we're sitting down with someone who doesn't know this show. Let me tell you something. You don't have any idea. We'll sit down. We'll have some deep conversations, and in the middle of it,
yeah.
we'll have a song about cock.
Yeah.
But they don't call it that.
No.
They just call it
Schlong.
Schlong.
and it's so nice. And it's like NPR. Where it's like schlong. Schlong.
Thank God none of my grandparents are alive. I mean, to explain this can I watch your show, honey? No, never.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Please don't learn how to use a computer.
Ever. Yeah. My mother, who does watch this show. And she's I haven't read some of my mother's texts in a while. I'll do that right now.
Your mom is the best.
Oh, she sent me.
I've never told my parents how to watch this show.
Oh.
Yeah, no. My mother found it, but let me tell you what she said to me yesterday. Because she sends me pages of notes. Okay, let's see. Where is it going? Let's see. Okay, so others. Oh,
How do we clip this out?
and since and since cold and flu season, wipe those headphones down, ears and parts too. Alcohol swab pads are good for that. Hand sterilizer.
Pinworm season.
shit.
Yeah.
Hand sterilizer and tissues also should be in the studio. Use them. And I told you to order multiple pairs of eyeglasses. Everyone who wears readers have several pairs. She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong. Okay, so this is Matt Boyle says, if Chris Farley was still alive, where would you think his career would be at today? That's hard to say, right?
tough.
Because comedy, I mean, comedians are like it's hard to sustain, you know, because when you get older, you know, your level of your sense of humor changes up, and what you're going to, and I think he'd probably be a producer on all this stuff. You know, he would have done a lot of viral content.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think part of the problem with a question like that is I don't think they're obviously what a tragic loss. Same with Belushi, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the part of, and Mitch Hedberg for that matter, part of what made those guys the geniuses that they were, I'm using that word maybe too loosely, but was the parts of them that were broken. And I don't think in order to survive, he was going to have to start really taking care of himself. And I don't think that person would still, it's it was that unhinged thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I don't mean that people should
Well, look at
aim
Keith Richards,
for,
he's still around.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at Steve-O. Like, you wonder what kind of content he's making now that he is, like, clean and sober.
Yeah,
that's
like,
true.
He's doing a lot of environmental stuff, which is good, but he's not doing jackass
Jackass
stuff.
stuff, that's right.
Yeah, because you
Crazy
can't.
stuff.
That's right.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't.
a good point.
So I don't know that there would, I mean, if
might
he had
have-
cleaned
That's a
up.
tough one.
Yeah, he might have done some
That's a tough
drama, I'm sure, at some
Maybe.
point. I mean, look at
Yes.
how Sandler is kind
Sandler's
of like, this is a guy making fart jokes and Billy Madison. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's swung over to this. So
Yeah.
there's
Even Punch
always
Drunk
possibility.
Love.
Yeah, Punch
He
Drunk
was-
Love.
Yeah,
Reign Over
yeah.
Me.
He's Rain Over Me.
Yeah.
One people aren't talking about. That's Spanglish. A lot of ones.
Yeah.
They don't talk about those.
Brian
Yeah.
knows best. Hey, I know that guy. April 10th is National Siblings Day because you're my brother. Schmoedown is coming to Tampa or what the fuck? Stop ducking me. We're making a shot. We're making a shot. We're going to try to get there for WrestleMania weekend. It's just it's a lot of a lot of cost. There's a lot of cost going into that because it's so busy that weekend in theaters.
You
and
get me
stuff.
in there, I'll pay for the flight. You get me into the actual WrestleMania.
Well,
Oh.
take it easy, will you? All right. Big Mo's movie review. I've missed Kate. I'm glad to see her back.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Big Mo.
Chris Ramirez.
Hey guys.
Oh, hello.
Been a fan for a long time since the first 2 reviewers.
Wow.
First time donating.
Thank you, Ellen.
Love the community feel of Senator. I really missed it. This is going to be a great year for Senator Love, as I said in the old call-in days. OGL and Alan Michael from GA.
Well,
Gonna have to read that. I'm
I'm gonna have to read it back because it was he was saying for SEN for some reason it kept saying senator. But it is going to be a good year for SEN
Senator.
and for senator. It'll be
For
the senator
senators in general.
And now introducing the senator from SEN coming in, Brett Sheridan. You met- Senator, what's the first thing on the agenda today?
Farts.
No questions. No questions.
Here's drunk Senator Brett Sheridan approaching why we need to clean our water systems.
And water's just too dirty, man. That's why I drink beer all the time.
Drunk Brett's a new thing that happened since I've been gone.
It's great, isn't it? No,
He's great.
I love
He's
it so
great.
much. He loves it.
When I took a shot the other day, somebody said actual Drunk Brett's reviews are worse than Drunk Brett's reviews or something like that. I always like to look for the happy comment.
Yeah, it's a good one. Okay. You aren't stewing in those the way that you used to.
No, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it, and I love I love going.
Yeah,
Silly person.
But you know what it is though now? I think that when you first joined the show, people didn't know what the hell to expect from you. I
Yeah.
think everyone knows what to expect from you now. I think that's what
and
it
I
is.
took it personally. You
can't
as
do
much
that.
as you told me, you're like you can't do this. You
Yeah.
can't take it personally. But then I do like Roxy says. I do like to go through there and go, okay, I see some of the constructive criticism.
Yeah, you want
or-
to try to get some notes, but it's just like a stew. It's just it's hard. But like that's one of the reasons why I like the audience size. Honestly, the way it is at the moment, because it's like when we go through it's just there are people who are just in good moods, having a good time, and it's a lot of fun. I think that when you're over here watching this show, especially if you watch this show today, you know the vibe of what we're going for, and it's a goofy kind of morning show that we want you to have some fun and laugh. And if you're on the way to work and this helps you out, if like my favorite is when people said that they're like listening to it on whether they're on the bus or whatever to it, and they start cracking up and people look at them like they're weirdos. I love that's my favorite comment.
Their
I love
Joker
that.
moment.
Yeah, it's like
They start
it
laughing on the
happens-
bus.
It happens
Yeah.
all the time. It's great.
I just have to say, like, we're having conversations here. Like, you don't ever get feedback on conversations you have with people in your real life. You know what I mean?
No, I know. Well,
Like-
that just reminds me though too, because it's something I wanted to bring up to you guys, and this would be a favor to us if you could do it. Can you bring up over to the Apple Podcast feed if you have, or Spotify, but Apple Podcast if you have it, and can you review the SEN live show or put some stars on there too? We have a couple of reviews at the moment, but if you're listening to it, it really helps, and you guys have shot us up in the rankings rankings. I think went from it's like we're like 100 or something like that too. I think we can get in that top 10. Or we just need you guys to rank us. So if you can do that, that would be much appreciated. Even if you open up another tab right now, bring up the Apple Podcast, find SEN Live, and do that for us, it would be amazing. If you can't, then okay, what are you gonna do?
Do it while you're in the bathroom. You're sitting there, you got the laptop in the bathroom anyway. Don't lie to me. You got the laptop
You're in the shitter.
You're in the shitter with the laptop.
This is so
Cleared it with the
specifically to
girlfriend
you, I think.
and the wife. You're in there.
Yeah.
You tell
Wow.
the kids not to come in because you're in the office. Just write
Open
2
the
minutes,
tab.
a little
That's
review.
it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't take
Talk
that
to me
long.
about your relationship with your dad.
What?
I said,
My
talk to
dad
me.
died 10 years ago. Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh.
Jesus. All right. Why don't you check? Know your audience from Kate. All right.
That should be the name of your show. Know your audience. With that face.
Where's the SCHMOEBOT with the schlong
Where was
joke?
she?
by the
Where
way,
was she?
and by the way, while Kate was syncing it, I wish we had a shot of Ben who was like this.
Now I have to call you on the way home and apologize to you.
No, that's
I
fine.
still have to call Ben and apologize to him about what I said to you. Okay, I'll
Do
check.
that first. I probably won't pick up. But yeah.
This is from Chris Ramirez. This is the first time catching the show live. Much love. Well, thank you, Chris. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Armanta Ashara. Finally catching the show live. I'm a huge fan of this show. Outlaw! Can't wait for the Japanese movie talk on Outlaw Nation. Oh, so what are you doing? What are you
Japanese movie talk.
What is that?
It's
Tell
going to be
us.
all in Japanese.
Oh, perfect.
No, I'm
Really opening up that audience.
The films?
No, yeah, well, foreign language films. Like I think I was inspired by what Bong Joon-ho said at the thing, and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. So maybe as a separate playlist, I'll just create these like 5 to 8 minute videos talking about a foreign language
Awesome.
film.
That's smart.
And
Kristian,
get
nice to
people
be back after
Smart.
all these years since Phase 5 of Schmoes. Feels great to sit around this campfire and roasting schlongs. Joel.
Thank you, Joel. You know, I will say that, and that's about again addressing this community the same way too. And I've noticed it, and I don't. And again, you got people do their own things. What I've really noticed is, that we're getting a lot of people returning from when it used to be schmoes that maybe just didn't, carry on to when we were doing Collider Live and everything too, and they weren't around, or maybe even from the old reviews days, but they said, all right, let me try this and see if this is the vibe of what schmoes was, and some people are really digging it and are back. So for those people who are coming back, thank you and welcome home.
And watch the Japanese.
And watch the Japanese reviews. When do those go up?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably
Oh, you don't know
February.
yet.
I'm gonna start February. A lot of stuff I'm gonna launch in February.
Rocha, I've been trying to get you on the meaning of to talk about Kurosawa.
You're right. I'm sorry. And we're doing
When you say you
Kurosawa.
are in need of a couch and word on the street is Jeff is trying to sell his couch. It's a perfect match made by the devil. Love you, John. Horseman for life.
Yeah, we are trying to get that catch. The reason, and for people who know, well, what about that day when Roxy and Riley were on? Well, we paid Roxy and Riley, so we're gonna do some stuff for the couches for sure. We're gonna get that damn couch because I want to make sure, because Alex Marzoni is going to start trying to come by a lot more too, so I want to try to have him over there also, and then Ben, you'll finally have someone that you can boss around.
I'm just gonna show up one day and like there's gonna be like 9 people and you'll be like, hey, by the way, and just sip water and look at me directly in the eye.
I do like that corner. That corner actually looks pretty good though.
does
RB3.
look
Did
good.
you
Yeah.
Put a
set that
corner
up?
couch.
Yeah.
It looks much better. We put the couch
Sectional.
over there because it was better than over on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Have to steal more bagels.
You can tell I have no say in any of this. Like, because I don't need to. I wouldn't. I mean, look at my walls. There's shit hanging off the fucking side of it.
Yeah.
But RB3,
Looks like you were
Well,
doing
the
pin the
frames,
tail on a donkey when you were putting these
everything
up.
else. It looks a lot better than it did, though. I mean,
did,
everything
yeah,
was
yeah.
falling out of the back. I hung some stuff up in the back there. I think where Rocha is, you can't really see it, but it looks better.
The corner was mostly Ben's creation. The corner
Was it?
mostly-
It looks good, Ben.
I like
Ben's pretty organized too.
at that hair.
My father-in-law yesterday was great. He goes, "Who's the gent with the millennial haircut?" I was like, Ben, and my wife,
act?
but my wife goes, Bonnie's new boyfriend from the back. It was amazing. She's coming on tomorrow.
Bonnie is?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Why do you always have her on when I'm not here?
I asked you if you could be on a Thursday. You decided to have children.
I know.
Ugh.
Ben, did you ever act?
I moved out here for it, but nothing ever came. I think I got a few auditions here and there, but and some stage stuff. But the industry is just not for me. I don't
This
know
is his
how.
thing.
I don't know how you
No,
guys
you're good
do
at this,
it.
man.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Sometimes you know what you fall into, and
I
you.
know, but he's got a face for
Yeah.
television.
That's you can throw a rock and hit 10
this,
faces.
Like once I discovered
That's true.
this kind of thing, like this is what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
wanna be,
Yeah.
for
So is
sure.
that what this is? Is that you're like the pulling his ponytails in the
Oh,
the
yeah.
parking lot thing? So
I
10
love
years
Ben.
ago you would
I
annihilate him.
feel like if we went back and watched the old episodes,
Yeah.
this guy,
You'd annihilate him.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
got a target on his calf.
I was going to say. I thought you were gonna say face, but you went somewhere completely.
Yeah.
Every time my mom talks about this show, she loves you.
She does. Oh, now she hates me.
Yeah, you might have to call for an
I
apology.
feel like I was the first
No.
Ben Goddard fan. I feel like I was like OG Ben Goddard fan.
I was so happy you were coming in today.
I love him.
Last comment's not a bad one.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be a target.
Yes. Yeah. If I was, you kidding? I'd be all
Top Gun
over.
would say target-rich environment. You
I'd be
wanna-
all over that BG.
That's right.
Oh my
Rocha's
goodness.
so just like he's so serious. Like
Yeah.
you're right. You do
That's
want
right.
a target on your cock.
You do. You want to
Enjoy it
target
in your 20s, kid.
Yeah. It's like, Ben, come to the comedy show. What's that? What'd you just enter? The Blast Zone. All right. Okay. This is from AJRFR. Keep it up, guys. We will. Big Mo's movie reviews again. Rocha is one of the main reasons I got hooked on the Schmoedown. I love the Latino representation that he brings. I can't wait to meet you, my man. Hope you come to New York for a live event soon.
Did you just West Side?
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, look, Rocha's going to be very involved in this season of the Schmoedown all the way around. Obviously, the Finstock Exchange. He's the reigning team's champion. Lot of stuff.
That team's sitting pretty.
It is sitting pretty right now. The
Don't
founding
start,
fathers.
don't start your crap.
No.
The den. Don't start your crap.
Oh.
Yeah, see, now you're on opposite sides.
Yeah.
It's true.
You get different Rocha now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And then
Okay, let me. Okay.
That didn't sound like a Chicago.
No, Zach Beckett.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Zach Beckett, just here to thank you, Kristian, for being awesome and supporting your friends. Here to support you all. I do want to address that too, because I saw people saying, thanking me for helping my friends. I'm also putting talented people on this show. So I think it is in everybody's best interest to say, okay, look, these people are not. There's an opportunity to use them now, and are they my friends? Of course, but it's also that thing of like, if John Rocha is available to talk on the radio, then you get him to talk. If Roxy's available and Riley's around, that's in everybody's best interest. There should be other people who are reaching out too. So yeah, do I want to laugh and talk to my friends? Of course I do, but it's also because we want to utilize everybody. And that's another concern that I want to make sure that people understand. And I said it yesterday, I say it again. When I started this show, that the first two people I reached out to were Brett and Kate. Just because there's new people that are going to be around, Kate and Brett aren't going anywhere. I can't say the same.
God.
Yeah.
We get you to sign
Yes.
this year.
RB3 is not going anywhere. Can't say the same for Ben. No, Ben's not going anywhere. So that's the whole point of what I've always wanted to establish, is that once you establish a crew and the audience gets, I can't say they're not going anywhere, because my point is, like, if they came to me and said, I got another job opportunity, I'm doing this. But as far as the actual crew goes, that to me is part of the community aspect. It's like when you tune into a show, you want to feel like, oh, these are the people that I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
It's okay to have guests coming in, because that's the whole point. Now, how do those regular crew members connect with the guests? I just feel, and always have felt, that when you start mixing and matching and just maneuvering around, the audience gets confused. And it's not that the people that are coming in aren't talented. It's just, I'm not familiar with this.
Right.
And you have to establish comfortability, and you have to establish, camaraderie. And I think that's why it's working. So,
I also want to.
thank you, Robert. Do you agree with me? Oh, thank you so
I
much.
am loath to ever compliment you, especially publicly. But I will say, you, more than anybody I think I know, have like a very
Big penis. True.
It's true.
Just wanted to say.
There's a different kind of target on that cock.
Sorry, it was just Bonnie talking. Oh.
I was just gonna say, you more than anybody have a very big heart.
Thank you so
but
much. That's what I meant.
Also cock. No, no. I feel like there have been like even people in your life. Like I feel like you're very forgiving. Not anybody we're referencing right now, but I just feel like you are somebody who I don't know. You've got like a loyalty that I'll never understand.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Because I feel like if somebody even like, I don't know, I've sort of gotten to a real, like, I don't know, like we're getting older. So I'm sort of like, this person is not going to be a positive force in my life, or this person is going to be sneaky behind my back. Or and I feel like you're sort of like, let's talk this out. Let's do this thing. Let's do it.
Well, I mean,
and like
I try to do a forgiving type thing. So
I know it's amazing to me. So I'm just saying what these people are saying about you having your friends. And I know what you're saying is also true, but you do have I do feel like you are just a person who's very, very generous always with the people that you care about.
Can we get Saul? Thank you for saying that. Very nice. Can we get Saul to call? Saul's in the chat room. Can we get him to call in?
Jesus.
I want to have him call. All right, cool. Okay, so we're still just doing. We haven't gotten to Streamlabs yet, so we're still doing Super Chat. Oh yeah, we're still doing Super Chat
from the other day.
No,
these are now.
We're transferring into now.
Cool.
Yeah, so this is now Darth Fuego. Love the daily energy. I laugh so loud that people laugh at me. I love that. Curious, have you considered doing a weekend show? So the answer to that is yes, but it would be live on the road. I think that what I want to do, I wanted to talk to Mark about this yesterday. What I would like to do is have myself and Kate do a SEN live in New York. And probably the day before, like on Friday. So whoever's there, it could be the guest, but it would be Kate and myself. And then I got to talk about that to Mark today. But that's what I would like to do. And I'd like to start doing those on the road. So that way people who are a fan of this show can come and check it out. And we'll have a lot of the guests from the Schmoedown that can come in and shoot the shit. And I think it'd be a lot of fun to do. So let's see. Ash Arnold. I really love this community. The first episode I ever watched was when JT was slapped in the face by Roddy Piper. I've grown up with the Schmoes, and Schmoeville is the best. That was one of my favorite. Long live. Did you ever get a chance to meet Rod?
Not Roddy, no. Man. It's a shame. And you know what? And it's my fault. Let me tell you about Kristian Harloff. Let me tell you the truth about it.
We don't need to do this the whole time.
Real quick.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to kiss you.
All right.
Kristian Harloff.
Kiss your cock. Your giant microphone cock.
Kristian Harloff. Every few years we were out here, I would run into Kristian. Every couple of years, he'd be like, "I'm doing this thing, this schmoes no thing," and I was like, "I don't know, it makes no sense to me. I don't think outside the box at that time. It's not conventional. It doesn't make sense to me. You're gonna do reviews on YouTube. It makes no sense."
Right.
But then if I had listened to Chris, because he'd always was like, "Dude, you should come on. Come by, watch it." If I had listened to him, I would have met Roddy because you'd had him on a few times. So, but I was always just like, I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what's going to be. And then when it blew up, I was like, you're a donkey. You're a jackass for not having gone on and seen. So there you go.
Yeah, he was great, man.
My fault.
I got a chance to run with Roddy, co-host a show with him, the Rod Pod, which was awesome.
Wow.
So I mean that broke my heart when he passed. Like he was a really good dude, man. I loved Roddy. As a kid, it was just surreal meeting him, and then be able to actually work with him and do and like be his co-host and stuff too. Like he was. Awesome.
That and meeting Julia Roberts that one time, which one was better?
Hard to say because Julia Roberts, it was just like, the little. I was convinced when I was 13 years old I was going to marry Julia Roberts, and so when seeing her like in person was cool, and it was a moment. But being able to sit down and talk for hours upon hours with Roddy, if I had to trade one, I would trade away the Julia one and keep the Roddy one. That was just too special for me. And he was a good guy, man. He was a really nice guy to me, and he was especially took care of his friends, and he loved his children. Yeah, and his wife. But he was so like he was just ran with his kids cold, and it was.
How old are they now?
I mean, they're probably. I mean, I was guessing their 20s and 30s. I guess 20s, if I was to guess.
Oh, that's so young.
Yeah,
to not have a dad.
Yeah, I mean, maybe late 20s. I'm not sure, but they're both really good kids, and it was nice to be able to meet them and hang out with. I mean, they did the Comedy Store. They did his the kind of memorial thing, which was awesome because he was doing comedy at the Comedy Store and stuff, and we did a whole thing there. Keith David came, and it was They Live, and it was awesome. So Roddy was the man, dude. I really miss Roddy very much. So anyway, okay. So Rick Duran, Kristian, an EDM recommendation for your. Oh, we got somebody coming in.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's up, you rotten bastard? What are you doing?
I was about to make lunch. You just get the worst timing.
All right, good. We'll see you later. So
that'd be funny.
So what's going on, man? You all right? This is Saul.
Am I all right? Yeah, I'm fine.
We got gas?
Do I have gas? No. What are you talking about?
I don't know. You sound like you got gas or something.
Sound like
He's so
what
confused.
the fuck are you talking
What
about?
is wrong with you? Saul, answer the fucking question. This isn't 1985 where there's a space between the question and then you're speaking long distance. Come on.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Still put that space in, of
That's
course.
like a Ben Bateman answering a
Oh,
question.
that's so good. Saul,
that weed.
Have you been listening to the whole show or just while you're making your sandwich?
No, I listen to the whole show every day live,
Okay, all right,
as
good,
per usual.
Good. So what do you, because listen, you got involved in this community through what, Jedi Council, right?
Yeah, that's how I found you. I was watching Jedi Council, and then you start popping up in my recommendations. And I'm like, oh, it's the Jedi Council guy, and that's when you were doing live, and now I'm here.
Well, we're happy to have you for sure. I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on it because it is one of those things that you find these big personalities and connection through YouTube. But you and I, obviously, the thing.
And she's trading in his schlongy for Ben Goddard's cack.
There it is.
So,
Yak.
but you guys obviously were connected through the comedy, and John from college, but Saul and RB3 and Goddard are all connected through the community.
Yeah.
So I think that again, this is why it's so important. It is because keeping communication with people and keeping understanding with people, and I just saw a couple videos that people that were just talking about how they were inspired to do videos through whatever Schmoes or Cloud or whatever, and they are now. I saw one guy who was inspired by it. He's got like 20 or 30,000 subscribers. And he's working. It's like that's awesome. Yep. That to me is like that shows like it's like I can do this too. It's like you're just having fun, doing the right thing, finding your own voice, which is important. And I think Saul's going to find his voice this year in the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Sure he is.
You don't think so? You don't think he's going to be any?
He's going to crash and burn.
You don't think he's going to be good?
No, he's going to suck.
Uh-oh.
He's going to crash it because if you have to take
about Goddard?
if you have to take an extra 4 seconds to answer a question, you're fucking
run out of time.
You're fucking
Saul, you got a retort to that?
Oh, fucking Rocha. You keep letting him in here. I don't even understand. Listen, Grandpa. Don't you have to worry?
No. You have to do the W. Cock.
There you go.
Thank you.
Good. Okay. So go ahead, Saul. Continue your. Be
Go ahead,
careful.
Saul.
Be careful, Saul.
Rocha, you elderly prick. Listen, as much as I would love to just go right for the throat
This
here, I think
community
it's
is
probably
the
my.
best. Been consistent viewer since 2012 when Tiffany Smith led me to show first episode I saw later became known as Wrong Number Dana.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Show is different but yet the same. Miss Cartoon Cat.
Oh yeah. Me too. All right, Saul. See if we can do this again.
Please keep sending Schmoebots, please.
I think that's what they're doing. I think they know Saul's trying to shit talk you and they're throwing the Schmoebots in. So Saul, see if you can get through it again. Go. And I love that Saul can actually hear the Schmoebot, so he gets even more.
He's more upset.
This is the most rattled. I've been hearing phone calls from Saul for over a year. This is the most rattled he's ever been from asking him if he has gas to making the sandwiches.
I know, but I also have to say, as somebody who's been on a phone into the
Ever?
show, no, I've been on a phone before. No, there is like a weird delay
Don't you
when you're.
excuse him.
I'm sorry,
Don't
but I'm just
you.
saying when you call into the show, it is like.
All right,
a
here you
weird-
go.
Recruit
Saul,
him already. Draft him into
let's
the
try
day.
again. 'Cause
I
we
tried,
still,
Saul.
We still haven't gotten to Streamlabs. Go ahead.
No, Mulligan's right. Calling in it's not easy to be able to talk to 5 people in a room and be able to decipher what the fuck's going on all the time.
Right.
But Jackass Rocha over there.
Took him long enough.
Don't
Yes?
you worry about. Listen. Don't. No, all right. Listen, asshole. No, see, what the fuck is?
You know
Now it is actually breaking.
Yeah.
Listen, asshole. Hang on a second.
Hot.
Where's the mayo? I'm making a sandwich, Joey.
Oh my God, Saul! I can't wait to see you. All right, Saul. I gotta let you go.
There was someone at the fucking door.
Just hike the ball. Just hike the ball, Saul.
All right, Saul. We'll see you later. All right, that was amazing.
So I was like, I want out of this community.
He's been
This
bombing
community sucks.
He's been bombing my live streams.
Oh,
It's
he's so
always a
good.
fun back and forth. I love Saul.
God, that was amazing. What a show.
Oh, see, it's so funny because I feel like this is something I'm really interested in learning. Is like I feel like very seamlessly go into.
Oh, ball. Yeah, that's East Coast shit, though.
I know.
Kristian
but
knows. You can ball bust, but out of affection. If
Yeah,
Saul was
yeah.
actually a genuine asshole, I wouldn't say a word.
No,
to
no,
him.
Yeah,
no. Saul,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Saul gets it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right,
That's
let's
why
But I was
Saul
like,
likes to go
I was
back
like,
and forth.
I wonder if
Let's-
Rocha doesn't like
No,
Saul.
no, he loves him. Let's
You
move.
love
Let's move on. This is from
Bibb said something
Rick
else.
Duran. Kristian, an EDM recommendation for your writing section is Phantoms, a duo of former actors turned musicians. House music crossed with indie pop.
I'm writing that down.
Go ahead, check it out.
Phantoms. Okay.
Yeah, man, I've been listening to
He's
a lot.
actually
When
texting. He doesn't
I've been
know.
writing,
Just kidding.
when I've been writing, it's helped. Umberto Campbell. Third round rule modification. Players to choose the order of the 2, the 3, and the 5-point questions and keep the rest of the third round rule the same. This allows another layer of strategy, pressure, and manager input. I don't hate it. We'll maybe it's something to be discussed. I don't hate it. Big Mo's movie reviews put SCHMOEBOT too early by mistake. Can you read it, please? I'm going to get to the Streamlabs in just a second. I want to get through all these super chats because they always get neglected. Alan David. Can you show this to my hermano Rocha so that he knows I believe in him and to stay strong through these tough times? There's no chance I'm going to be able to read this. Lo que no me mata me alimenta. You get close?
Please pass the fried beans.
Yeah.
Oh, fried beans.
Wow.
Fried beans. Tell me more. Tell me more, Senator.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
There's a scandal in the Senate. There's a scandal in the Senate.
Oh boy.
Were you raised by Kate as well?
Yep.
Look at him already.
Oh man.
No, what he said. Basically, he said what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's what he basically
yes,
said.
I always mix that one up.
With the refried beans today.
Okay, that's good. I've always mixed that one up. All right. Big Mo, again, who did that already. Major Zuma. Hey, Kristian, what do you think about the Senate name for the SEN Star Wars show? I love this show. It's a good name for it, for sure.
Yeah.
Just got to find people to host it. Fictitious Christ, Knives Out 2, Time to Set the Table. Is that what it's called? Oh, no, the other people are coming up with false names. Alan Graham, Knives Out 2, for fork's sake. It's good. Dan Besher, do you think Thanos could come back into the MCU? Nah. The time has come. Larry Lease, love the show. I'm trying to find a job in a similar field. Thanks to the fans for helping the show grow. Just keep working hard, my brother, you'll get there. Josh DeMayo just put in a donation. Thank you. Count Drago, so glad to see this great community come together. Thank you, so are we. Thunderwolf, hey guys, I'm about to quit my job because my boss is acting really shitty, but don't worry, Rocha. I will see you in London. Top 10 for life.
All right.
Love it.
Come to it. May 2nd.
Thank you, Thunder.
400-seat theater.
Scott Douglas. Kaiser wants to call it. John, let's hold off. I got to get to these questions, and then if we have enough time, I'll have you call in. Thunderwolf. Hey guys, Ian, he said that already. No, he's about to quit his job because my boss is acting shitty. We said that. Okay. Scott Douglas, can we bring items to sign at the awards Saturday? Ken's book, or if Brett will be there, the Guild DVD. Can we get pics with everyone? Unsure of the Comedy Store rules for that stuff. That is a great question and a fair question and a nice question. I think that is very similar to kind of awards shows that happen. Is that during the actual awards, and then we want people to stay seated, and in between, we want people to stay seated and enjoy the show. I think before the actual awards, I think when people are respectful, I don't think the competitors. I mean, I'll let John talk about that. Like if you're sitting there with your lady, and you do mind if Outlaw fans come over and say hello, right?
No, not if they come over and say hello. But I don't have a job anymore, so the signature is 10.
Yeah, is that right?
The picture is 20. To sleep with me is 100, and for me to stay the night and cuddle, 500. So there you go. That's the extra right there.
Tough times.
Yeah, all right. Look at you.
I don't mind being a whore.
You're working in Vegas.
That's all right.
So there you go. So there's the answer to that particular
Ben's
question.
so uncomfortable right now.
And of course he is.
I'm selling feet pics over here, baby. I'm good.
Can we? Okay, so Josh DeMayo, Gary Busey playing God on Broadway. I heard that's amazing.
I'm waking up this morning. I just made a rock. And now I'm going to turn to my right, and now there is a cow. There's a cow and a rock, and now I'm making another son. There are 4 sons, not my sons, because I have Jake Busey, and he is my Christ.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
That was
Yeah. So now we have Gary Busey, the gift that just keeps giving. I swear to God. Also, Spumoni Gardens, iconic pizza place, not too far away from Coney Island in Brooklyn. Good call. Iron Cardinal Rocha, it's good to see you, bro. Grow that Outlaw Nation. He is.
Oh yeah.
Luke Allison puts in a nice donation and also says CAC is the new schlong. It's true. Anderson Lee, aloha. I love SEN Live, and also really getting into the Schmoedown now, and what Kristian has built over the years is truly impressive. Any chance to bring the Schmoedown into Hawaii? Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding? Hawaii is one of my favorite places in the world, and if we have an audience in Hawaii, listen, if you live in Maui and you like the Schmoedown, please go to theschmoedownlive.com and say bring it to Maui, because I will be there tomorrow. And then Clayton Kearns, who also, but Paul Oyama would have to play in Hawaii. Obviously, he lives in Hawaii.
That's fine.
It would be great.
I'll play him.
Clayton
Does
Kearns.
he? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Clayton Kearns just put in a nice donation. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to get to all the Streamlabs questions because there are a lot of them, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do that, is there anything worth a damn covering here today, Ben? Because the news is pretty slow for the most part.
It was pretty slow. Did you guys want to talk about the Batman set photos? They had a photo with it. They were kind of bad cell phone footage, but there was like an official photo of Colin Farrell with the all blonde hair as Oswald Cobblepot.
Okay.
And if you guys are excited about that, someone mentioned the Knives Out sequel that's coming out. The Witcher showrunners did an AMA for season 2 because that show was crazy successful. Says they're going to be filming starting in a few months, and it should be out 2021. Robert Aramayo, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, who you guys probably know as young Ned Stark from the flashback in Game of Thrones, is replacing Will Poulter in the Lord of the Rings show. And Timothée Chalamet is cast in James Mangold's Bob Dylan biopic, which I am very excited about because anything James Mangold does, I will be first in line to see. So, any of those sound good for y'all?
What are you thinking there?
Rocha.
I don't like Chalamet as Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's not supposed to be pretty or good looking. You weren't thirsty for Bob.
That's
people
where I
are
was
thirsty for Chalamet.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'd rather have someone who's kind of awkward looking play Dylan because that was kind of.
You might be able to get into it. It's either bad Halloween, the Santa Halloween outlaw nation. Halloween, I'll be 3 smoking the weed, but you got head of K Mulligan looking at a young cut and when how you got Brett saying about the race and the beans.
See, that's probably gonna be better. That's probably gonna be better.
I was totally with you on that one. As soon as I heard it, I mean, and I was surprised that Bob would even be on board with something like this. He doesn't seem like somebody that would want a biopic about him.
But he's 95 now. He's probably not thinking straight.
Yeah,
He's not 95.
He's up there. Bobby's up there.
But he's like, it's like dog years for him. I mean, it's like drug years. He's definitely like 104.
It ain't a whale.
Yeah.
It ain't a bean.
You know what's so funny?
He's 78.
I got into his
Close enough.
his early stuff. He was very gospel-y, and there's this song 16 Years.
He goes through a period. He did go through a period where he was super into religion.
And like also,
then
but
moved
also
out.
just like, but like very clear. Like he that voice thing he does is not from the beginning of his career.
No.
And like
No,
actually,
at
it's
the
beautiful.
beginning.
He has like a
and nowhere
beautiful
near
voice.
as bad
yeah.
as that.
Staring at the film, then a winning on the phone, then a bounce and bang and wings.
My mom does not like when you make fun of Bob Dylan. That's like of all the things.
Remember,
that's what she takes.
I love Bob Dylan. I love Bob Dylan. He's the best harmonica player ever. I love him. I love Bob Dylan. But come on.
That's a little disrespectful.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's a little
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, school him, RB. School
Yeah,
him.
here's a hot take. I'm a big Stevie Wonder guy.
I know.
Who's the racist now?
No. I'm not racist. I don't like blind people.
Oh, that's the one.
Kidding.
Oh, you're a sidist. You're a
kidding.
sidist.
I'm kidding. I just don't like Rocha.
Fair enough.
Santa, wow, Stevie Wonder and me with the him and a key.
You are turning into Randy Newman. That's no longer Bob Dylan.
Everybody wanna mean a friend like me. A friend of me. Hey, buddy. Streamlabs. We only have 75 questions. So this is, Douglas Johnson put this SCHMOEBOT in yesterday, but it didn't get read. Any way to point us in the direction to elusive Adam Smith? I know the on-air talent will be promoted fine, but I know Adam also had a big hand at Collider. He sure did. He's not online, but Adam's going to be doing some cool stuff with us. So we're happy to be talking to Adam for sure. Let us see. Brooklyn Joe 78 said Lucas felt the urge to McClunky, and yet we still have discolored white lightsaber scenes in A New Hope. Love you guys and all my Collider peeps. That was a SCHMOEBOT that didn't go out yesterday. Yeah, I know. I mean, the McClunky thing is still, what a phenomenon. Do we still have that in there, or that's gone now?
No, it's gone for. I'm gonna get it back.
That's fine. Fairs Muthana, what are your thoughts? Oh, we talked about Bong Joon yesterday, but his comments that he made that you were doing the whole thing about.
Bong Joon-ho,
yeah. And this is for Sean Kotaya, who said, "No worries, Kristian. Totally understand that you don't want to get into all this, but so on a happier note, I'm going to Galaxy's Edge at the end of the month. If I don't have time for everything, what do you think is the most non-missed thing there? That blue milk. tell you that. It was delicious.
Did you cry?
No, but I was.
But did you feel very emotional?
It was cool to go. I mean, it was awesome to go because,
Yeah.
but again, it's the same thing I just talked about. It was watching Vivian run around with this
I know.
Kool-Aid smile on her face.
I know. Did she build a droid?
She was hunting stormtroopers.
Yeah.
She was running down Galaxy's Edge trying to find stormtroopers, and she finally, I got to show the video with her and Kylo Ren. It's amazing. And it was like that like you mentioned on the show yesterday, even my wife turned and she goes, I don't like any of this shit, but this is amazing. She's like,
It's
this
amazing.
is amazing.
Have you seen
Yeah.
that Thug Life one? Where the stormtroopers are walking by, this guy steps out as a Jedi, and he goes, "You're not the Jedi we're looking for."
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, boom.
They're really funny because I saw another, and there was another, and there was another. This kid goes running up to Kylo Ren, or this woman goes up to Kylo Ren, and he says something to the Kylo Ren, and the stormtrooper goes, I wouldn't do that. it was good. And then Pac-Man Dwayne, Mike, bad guys. I have dyslexia, so a lot of time when I put words on paper or the internet, it's going to be fucked up. Don't feel sorry for me or say it's cool. I just got to work harder. I love you guys. Thank you, Dwayne. It's really awesome. Johnny IEP. Hey, guys. Hope everyone is having a good day. Kristian, there's a call for Steve and Larson to be on the Schmoedown. Do you guys know? I don't know who they are. It was mentioned in the live stream by a fellow friendo. Oh, I do know who they are. They could do wrestling trivia for a Patreon against you and someone else. It would probably be against Rocha, and I would try to get like either BC or Jay to do it. But I'd love that. I would love that. Yeah, I hear those guys are pretty cool dudes, so I would love to hook it up. C3 P Diddy. Rocha, sir, when you lost against corruption and said in the post interview to get back up and dust yourself off and keep going, that gave me such inspiration. I got to go and continue this on another page. I rewatched that match 2 days ago, and last night I tried a new comedy set and I killed. And then I went to a karaoke bar and I won a contest. I won by shamelessly singing Jessica Rabbit's "Why Don't You Do Right" from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I rewatched that match 2 days ago, and last night I tried a comedy set and I did great. He put it in there twice, but that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
It wasn't my intention, but great.
Yeah.
I like that you got all that done and you squared away. You should have played the lottery and tried to hit on a beautiful woman.
But isn't it better? But isn't it better that it wasn't your intention? Isn't
Of course.
it better that your words that came from passion and love? Who's this now?
Oh, Kaiser
What's he
sent
want?
in a message. He said if Laura Harloff can get to my call, can he shoot me Kay's cell phone number after the show?
Oh, what he wants? He's got a draft.
He's got a
trade.
He's got a
Just
trade.
wants to talk to you.
I feel like talk about targets.
Is that
I
what?
feel like
Ask him if he wants to propose a trade on the air. If that's the case, then I'll put him through. But I
Tell
have
him
He
to put
says he
it.
wants to talk
Tell him
about
to
trade.
Streamlabs his.
I gotta get through these questions.
Let's go.
He said he
Let's
wants to talk
just,
about trade, though.
just read them off and we won't even answer
All right,
him.
Bruce Leroy. Can't watch live today, but I want to let Rocha know how much I respect him and I'm a fan. He always dresses sharp for us fans. I know he has class. However, when he said, I can't pay for a movie, Bibbs, he was way out of line. I hope you apologize to him. I can pay. I can pay for a movie. Yeah, you said you went after him financially.
I did. Well,
Did you
he goes
apologize to him?
after me on other stuff. So
But that was-
that's our banter.
That was a financial
Bibbs will be
shot.
on Outlaw Nation.
Oh, you will?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
I will absolutely have Bibbs. I respect his knowledge and viewpoint.
You do
on
like
film
to
so
go
well.
for
I do.
for the jugular
I do
sometimes.
sometimes.
Yeah. The Lord Bostonian so that's a no on the apology. The Loud Bostonian, with all the competition you have from Boston, should you guys make it over here this year, would you consider doing a hometown heroes match? Would love to see all the Boston competitors squaring off in a Boston-centric trivia match. Well, a lot of that is possible. The May is when we are trying to get to Boston, and inside of that May date, I would love to get Rachel there. I would love to get Roxy there. I'd love to have people there that are obviously from that potential area. So to even if they're not competing, just to come in and the hometown hero.
Snyder.
Type thing.
He's a Boston guy.
Maybe so. Yep. The Loud Bostonian again. One of these classic comedies. Which out of these classic comedies do you think is the funniest? Is it Airplane, The Naked Gun, Hot Shots, Spaceballs? For me, it's The Naked Gun. When I see 5 weirdos in togas stabbing a man in broad daylight, I shoot the bastards. Yeah, Naked Gun's great. All these are great. Hot Shots to me is the funniest performance by Lloyd Bridges. But I think Airplane is the overall funniest. It still holds up after being
Airplane for me
1980.
too,
Yeah.
Airplane. Yeah.
You?
Sure.
You hate all of them?
No. Spaceballs. That's my favorite.
Okay, you're a real scumbag.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't think Airplane holds up.
I'm starting a Spaceballs podcast that I'll be doing all Spaceball canon.
You can put that picture up on over there.
1 minute per episode.
Yeah.
Can we see that picture from your perspective, RB3, where you are? No, we can't see it. Who cares? Alex, Rocha, I'm going to England soon, and I'm planning to visit Anfield. I always wished on attending a game. Any tips on how I can get my hand on a ticket? Also, how was that experience? Thank you.
Real quick, the experience was incredible, magical, life-changing. Getting a ticket, go online and get a ticket. If not, there's not a lot of people scalping tickets outside the stadium. So that's what I would say to you. We got in through luck because we talked to a guy who's selling merchandise there, and he gave us his tickets for £40 each for me and my girlfriend to go in. So it's pure luck.
Wow.
Pure luck. And I would say that. So get the tickets online, get them ahead of time, get the package, and get there early, get a meat pie, and walk around the stadium.
Sounds good, actually. Okay, this is from Greg Mack. Kate! You're back. Awesome. Hi to everyone. Can we get Drunk Brett reviewing Jaws? Hitting subs on all of your channels and supporting all of you has been the best thing I can do. Love you all. Thank you, Greg Mack.
Thank you.
So there you go.
Oh shit! It's a shark. Sorry, we don't have a lot of time. It's a buck.
It was 3. Perfect.
Three. Ah, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Maybe 2 boats. Hey, let's get all the boats, guys.
The IG champ Kevin Smets says, "Hey, it's Smets. Kate, welcome to the league. Brett, you're hilarious. Rocha, stoked to have you home. And for Kristian in the panel, thoughts on my guess for Christian Bale's MCU role? Namor the Submariner. Just look at his face. He's Namor. No way.
A lot of people are saying the rumor the new Professor X.
Oh, or
And they would
Magneto, right?
introduce him, or Magneto, right? I'd introduce him in the film that way.
Interesting. Rob Mack, Kristian and Kate, do you have any comments on the rumored trade between the Den and the Fink Stock Exchange? Yeah, well, we addressed it, and Kate shot them down. So, yeah, all right, get Kaiser on the phone, but let's do it quick. TJ and the, please, RBT. TJ and the Bear, am I... All right, here we go.
Can he dial with a broken bicep?
No.
All right, so let's make this quick. What do you got? What's the trade?
Am I on the air right now?
Jesus
No.
Christ.
Hey,
Yeah.
how's your bicep?
Yeah.
Hey, Katie, 2 times, 3 times.
Propose this trade? What do we got?
Listen, this is real quick. Kate, listen, I know that you had to deal with that lunatic Gucci. I apologize that you even had to bring yourself down to his level.
How dare you?
I don't know. Where did you meet him? In the back of an Arby's bathroom to make this deal?
Come on, what do you got?
All right, well, look, here's
Pitch
the
it.
deal. You ready? Kate.
Yeah.
First of all, welcome, and I love you to death. Your partner there, Grace, she can get lost in traffic for all I care.
Okay.
That said, I think you should do this. This is really good for both of us. You give me your 3rd round pick,
Okay.
and I in turn give you my 4th and 5th pick.
Ooh.
2-for-1 deal, honey.
So you're ready, but don't you have? You're saying in the second round?
In the
Second round.
3rd round.
In the 3rd round.
In the 3rd round.
In the
second round, I've got Burnett.
She doesn't have. She has the 8th pick in the 3rd round.
I don't. Okay, great. Give me your 3rd round overall pick.
Oh, you're saying you're the 8th pick in the 3rd round. Okay.
Yeah, and then she can have my 4th and 5th pick.
I think that's I don't know.
Along with her 4th and 5th pick already? Is that what he's saying?
No. She would get. I get her 3rd round pick.
So
that
you'd
gives
have
me
2 picks in the 3rd round.
Yeah,
Exactly.
2 picks in the 3rd round.
So
and
he's
then I
getting
got 2
2
picks
in the 4th round.
And you get 2 picks in the 4th
fourth
and
round.
5th round. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So wait a second. Is that 3-for-1? I'm not so good at math.
Yeah.
Yeah, is
That's
this
it.
that Common Core math the kids are doing?
All right. So Kate, the offer is there. This is another thing that you can do. Let's see what you. All right. So
I feel like I got to talk to Grace about this.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
This is,
The
we're.
best way to talk to Grace is to put a muzzle on her. Let's start with that.
That's not appropriate.
She will kill you.
Disrespectful.
I know she will kill me. How do you think I got the bicep injury? That girl jumped me in the parking lot like Nancy Kerrigan.
That's right. All right. So do you want to wait on this?
I'm gonna wait on this, Kaiser.
All right. So there's another trade on the deal.
Kate, you get my number from the great one, RB3.
I will.
And you just text me and say, hi, it's the lovely Kate, and you and I can talk.
All right.
All right. Well, there you go. All right, we'll have to post this and see what happens. So there's another trade for the Den out there right now. Kaiser, because that was all gibberish, text it to me so I can actually tell them what the actual trade was.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Copy that. Bye.
Thank you.
This is crazy
All
how
right.
people are taking this, man.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It's great, and people are getting hyped about it. Like Frank Janish last night saying he has inside sources of what the trades are. It's great. TJ and the Bear. Am I the only person who wasn't a fan of Little Women? No, Winston didn't like it. As a 30-year-old man who has never seen any of the previous adaptations, I found the constant time hopping very confusing. It was also very odd watching Florence Pugh play a 12-year-old for half the movie.
My mother did not like the time
didn't like
hopping.
Okay. Yep.
And I told her Kristian loved it. You're gonna love it, and she
Yeah.
didn't like the time hopping.
But you know why I liked the time hopping? Because I have seen other iterations of it, and it's like, why are we doing this again? But I thought from what Greta Gerwig did this particular way around, and leaning on the strengths of these women and these actresses, I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah, agreed.
Loved it. And great score.
Yes, fantastic
Yeah.
score.
So, but look, opinion's opinion. Yeah.
Ben was
do you
going
got?
to say something.
It was like a minor criticism. I just couldn't tell how old they were in between.
Right. That's
Like
fair.
I didn't know
No,
just
it's
because
a fair
it's
criticism,
hard
yeah.
to age them down and up. And
Yeah,
I was
but
like,
not
like, I
everything's
knew
going to be
Florence Pugh-
spoon-fed to you, though.
But I knew she was
Not
like
everything's
20.
gonna be the
but she
Irish
acted so young.
I agree. I agree with him when he's
Yeah.
saying it. It's always sunny in Philly. SEN fam, I've always been a big film buff, and out of my inner circle, my friends like films, but not really getting my love for them. It's helped me through a lonely high school time. Film helped me through it, and this entire community gets my love. Well, thank you so much.
I was gonna say before when we're talking about the community
Yeah.
aspect of it,
Yeah.
like that's a big reason why I became a big fan, because I went to a math and science high school.
Yeah.
So coming to watching the show is like talking with friends, like
Right.
about movies. So I really appreciate.
Good.
that.
I'm glad that's. I mean, that seems to be carrying over to this show also, and I think that's the balance of it. Is like, even though we joke about them, I mean, it's based off of our love for movies and film, and we get to it. We talk about these things, but we can also crack a lot of jokes, and Kate can say inappropriate things.
Just Kate. Exclusively Kate.
Yeah.
Just Kate.
Funky McClunky. Wow, what a stacked panel you've got today. Congratulations to John for the SEN gig and Kate for the Den. Just started college today, and you guys have helped me unwind.
Hey,
Yeah.
good for you.
I love it. Shout out to the Cast Iron Killer.
I think you just got shot, sir.
Shout
Sorry.
out to the Cast Iron Killer, the Bagel Boy, RB3, and the Outlaw. Awesome, I love it. J-Hope 2. Yo, Spike Lee's my favorite director.
Woo!
While Do the Right Thing and now Black Klansman are his best films, my personal favorite is his satire Bamboozled. The final montage struck me as a teen at the time. What other Spike films do y'all enjoy? I think the 11th Hour is good too.
25th hour.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I've call it because me and Ellis used to call it the 11th Hour.
Oh, got it. He Got Game is by far one of my favorite movies of all time, just because I love basketball and Denzel. So that's up there.
Yeah, I think Inside
That's a
Man is
good
one
one.
of the most unusual Spike Lee films you're ever going to see. It's so him not going necessarily to his old tricks, and he tries something new to be kind of he could be a mature filmmaker if he wanted to. It's not his style. I love that. It showed what he could do.
Okay, so moving on to Jay Scotty for real. In honor of Dolomite is my name, what movie would you like to see the making of the subject of a film in its own right? Apocalypse Now is an obvious answer. I mean, the same way that Dolomite did it, the Disaster Artist also did it, which was great.
Yeah,
you know? I don't know which movie to see the
Fan Four Stick. I want to know what happened behind the scenes with Fantastic Four, the Josh Trank.
Question for
I wanna know what
RB3
happened
in the
with
Black
that.
Brit training in London. My dream is to come to work in the America. But I continue to get the vibe that Americans don't like us Brits coming over to work. Mostly Black Brits.
that's not
What's
true.
your view on the matter?
That's not. I don't think that. I think a lot of we like.
Yeah.
Brit
Idris
people,
Elba
right?
is like
I was gonna say.
beloved in
I
this
know.
fucking
She's-
country.
I have a feeling
The accent's
that
good too.
that racist Americans probably like black Brits better than they like
Yeah.
black
Oh, for
Americans.
sure.
Don't you
Probably
think?
Very
Sure.
true.
Yeah, no, I no, man. I don't know. No, look, get on over here.
Yeah, get on over here.
Come on, we got plenty of room.
we're getting the couch. We'll move right over
Come
the
to
couch.
LA.
Yeah, sit over
LA
here.
doesn't have any people.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'd like to see Easy Rider. I'd like to see because
Oh,
a
that's
lot
a
of
good
shit
one.
went down
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
Oh yeah, with the drugs and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Rob Mack, Rocha. I'm a big fan and subscriber to your new channel and Patreon supporter of the Top 10 show.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see you invade Toronto. Question. How does the Collider News impact the video recording and distribution of the Top 10 going forward?
Well, Matt and I are negotiating it right now. I mean, Marcus said we can shoot and use his facilities. I just have a weird thing about walking back into a place that I've been fired. So it just feels not 100% great, or let go, rather, not fired, let go. And so it just feels not 100% great, but we're figuring it out. I think we are going to use the facilities on Friday. So we'll continue until we get our own thing. And that's something we're going to put out soon is this possible Kickstarter or fun thing for 2 cameras and 2 mics. So Matt and I can officially start recording ourselves as much content as possible on camera. So certainly. Yeah.
All right, Haskell 420. If you put additional out before it just didn't go down. Hey, gang, it's Haskell. Welcome, John, to SEN. Love today's topic. In my 20 years being part of many communities online, no BS. The Schmoedown and the SEN community, it's the greatest one I've ever been part of. We are family. Now, sub to Rocha and Riley's channel. ASAP. Thank you. And you were, well, I mean, Ed.
Thank you, Ed.
I know.
Ed's a perfect example.
He is.
Yeah.
He's the first one in the chat room. He's tweeting stuff out, right? I never met Ed Haskell until a year ago, right? And to where he came to the event. He's a New York guy, and he comes in. He's excited about shows. He's excited about the Schmoedown, and that kind of enthusiasm brings out enthusiasm in other fans. So I mean, Haskell has become like the mayor of the chat room too. You know, so it's like Maximilian UK 92. Hello, Kristian from across the pond in the London, UK. Been a fan of yours since 4 years now, and since my early 20s, now in my late 20s. You're always entertaining, you're enjoyable, and rewatchable. Keep up the great work and never stop. Very nice of you to say. Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this show. And, you know, and to be completely upfront, I've gotten a lot of messages and things like, you look so happy now. It's the most fun I've had doing a show since Toad Up. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, it's the most fun because I laugh every day on this show. One way or another, laugh every day and just having a good time.
And so you don't feel uncomfortable shitting in your studio. So
no, I am okay with it. I'm okay with it. I was in a building yesterday, though, that I didn't poop in because I was like, I'm not comfortable here pooping. Oh, yeah. It's Always Sunny in Philly.
I don't have that luxury anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
If it's coming, it's coming.
When I found the Schmoes and the Schmoes No Show back in 2014, then AMC Movie Talk, then Collider, now SEN, I'll always follow you guys and this community because it's not just about the love of movies, but it's I can't get that word out there, but it's the togetherness. So thank you all. Thank you guys. And I'm so glad that people are feeling this way. And we're getting a lot of comments about the community here. Jake Berlin has spoken. Happy to hear that we'll be seeing more of Rocha. Rocha, are you going to be at the awards this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'll be super drunk, too.
It's true.
My girlfriend's not coming.
She's not coming this year?
She's like, you're going to be smashed, and then there's a draft. Honey, will they be mad if I don't come? And I'm like, babes, you came sick as a dog to see me defend the belts. I think you've dedicated enough.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah,
I'll tweet at you and let you know what's happening.
And you get to cut loose. A little bit. Yeah, I get it. I've been to 4 live events, including last year's awards, and have missed you every time.
Oh.
I'd love to finally get to shake your hand and chat. See you all there. You were
He's
there
got
last
those
year.
big old man hands, too.
Yeah.
Yes, Rocha.
Rocha. Take it easy.
Rocha, my husband's not coming to the draft award.
There's been a trade. There's been a trade.
Brett is very hollowly laughing. He's like, son of a bitch.
Disrespectful, okay?
I'm right here.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, it's good stuff. All right.
Woo!
Okay.
John Rocha's been trying to do the Outlaw Sting with the
Oh, he's nervous.
Dancing around the subject.
That's
I can't wait till I come home and the arm is folded of my girlfriend.
So Chris Galiski, I know that guy. I felt a sense of community immediately back in 2014. I'd only been a fan for a few months, but I saw how everyone interacted with your audience, which prompted me to send a link to an article I had written to Riley, and now I have so many new friends. Of course, Galiski, who's been the head writer of the Schmoedown since 2014. Yeah, he's been around for a long time. He's a great dude, really nice guy.
I love that you had to think about that year when he just literally
Well,
gave
no,
it to you.
but that's when he got connected. That's when he got
20
connected. I don't know if he got involved with the writing
Schmoedown.
of questions since
Right,
2015. Fuckface. So makes no diff. I am a freelancer from New York, and I haven't worked since the new year. Thank you guys for getting me through many times. I have been let go from jobs. You don't know me, but you've been with me my whole career, and I'll donate and support as much as I can. I love that stuff.
That's
Man. I mean,
so
that's
nice.
good. I mean, that's the stuff like you never know who's
Hey
gonna
gang, this
say
is Ben
whatever.
Rocha. Welcome to the SEN show. Love all you guys do. The fan hub has your back. Keep up great work. Schlong, schlong, schlong.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. Really nice of you to say, and I'm glad. That's why it was funny because there was light news, man. There was really nothing out there. So myself and Ben and RB3 were trying to figure out like what we wanted to talk about for the main topic, and then I tweeted that thing out, and I was just like, well, what do you guys think about that? And they were like, yeah, let's do that. And it's just a great discussion. Yeah. It's what built this freaking channel in the first place.
No relation to you, Ben Rocha?
No.
Is he saying it was Ben Rocha,
Yeah,
or he was saying it's Ben?
Ben Rayner.
Rocha.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ben Rayner.
okay.
Yeah,
I was
Joel.
like,
Joel.
did we just blow by that you have a son named
Don't
Ben
bring that.
Rocha?
Don't bring that up again.
Yeah, Jesus.
Joel Souza. This is the legend of the schlong. Come on and sing schlong, schlong, bonga, schlong, schlong. Rocha, these are your first steps. Outlaw Nation forever. Schlong forever. Love it. The Green Flamingo's back. The Green Flamingo says Kate's team or fan group name should be the Mulligan.
I know. I love that.
I like that too.
People came up with great names
I do
for
like
it.
it. I hope
we inherited the den.
This is great. I hope she drafts Ben. Ben Goddard, and just have a camera on Brett's face when it happens so we can watch the tears slowly drop to his beard. and then after that pick happens, you turn to RB3 saying, Disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
Garth McMurray, Roxy, Jay, Ken, and others have been live streaming for ages. Nice to see the early days of SEN and now Rocha. Riley, Coy, with fans helping them out and figuring it all out with Streamlabs chats. Love from the Schmoedown fam. Yeah, man. Thank you, Garth. Really awesome. It's,
Thank you, Garth.
Carrying over, It's Always Sunny in Philly. Kate, great to see you back. Missed you on the show. Can't wait for the draft and the awards on Saturday. Kristian, I know it can't be live streamed, so just seeing if you know when it'll be up on the channel. Can't wait for the New York show. See you all then. The goal is to have the awards on the channel by Monday and then the draft by Tuesday. That's the goal. It's just a matter of got to get it to our editor Aaron and see how long it takes him to do all that. So
something's been plaguing me. I feel like we blew by Dwayne. Was it Dwayne who said he was a dyslexic? And he said, you don't have to feel bad for me, and I'm not feeling bad. But I just want to say thank you for sharing that with us.
Of course.
If we had said anything to make fun of something
it wasn't,
that came in.
it was yesterday. It was yesterday.
Bad.
So, but no, basically what happened was I couldn't read the whole thing. So I had to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
Kim Sim here, proud to be part of this community as a longtime member since 2011 and a contributor to the Schmoedown since 2017 with my writing of previews and such. Looking forward to returning to writing previews once WordPress works out for me.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to have Tim back. Tim is an absolute
Outlaw Nation.
That's right.
Rocha, you are the best and make the Latino community proud. Kristian, question: the Yodi Award is only for retired players? If not, where is Rocha's? Retired only Shire Wolves all the way. Keep up great shows. Brett, you are a snack never forget.
Ooh, silly pants.
Bouncer.
Smack you in the balls.
It is a really cute, wiry,
I have like one hair sticking out of it. It's
wiry
awful.
eyebrow, but I'm not going to get rid of it.
I just said pull it.
That's your one beauty.
Fine. Jay Golden Eyes. It's hard to explain to people sometimes, but I feel that you guys are the people I was supposed to find in my life. It's like finding a missing puzzle piece. Thank you guys for completing me. Thank you, man. Appreciate
So,
it.
but the person asked, is the Yodi Award just for retired? What was that SCHMOEBOT?
So the SCHMOEBOT, as far as asking, it's not just for retired people. It's people who have made an overall impact on the Schmoedown.
Okay.
Like it's like, for example, like Schnepp got it last year. Mark Riley, who was retired at the time, was planning on coming back, and it's his award. He made an impact. He was the first guy. He was the first superstar of the league. And so there's people who made impact. So you could be retired, come back, and so it's not a Hall of Fame thing. It's more of like a legacy type thing. Yeah. Jay Golden Eyes, to put that in there. This is Big Mo Movie Reviews. What brings me back to anything Harloff does is community. I've met some great people and people that I consider friends through the community. Everyone is so accepting, and we're glad. That was kind of the overall point. We wanted to make sure that everybody was accepted in this community. I'm glad that you feel that way. Nate M., my sister-in-law, she's got cancer in 4 parts of her body. These holidays have been really rough. And this show helps me distract in so many wonderful ways for 2 hours a day. I own a Rocha shirt. I love that man. He's a true inspiration to me. Stay strong, Outlaw. Thank you all. I mean, that's the kind of shit I mean, man. Like, that's the kind of stuff when there are rough spots in people's lives, and there are rough things, and life happens, you know, and it's shitty, and it's like, if we know, like, that kind of comment, that the stupid shit that we did today, and as much as this kid gets for all the shit that he gets, the fact that he had so much laughter to this show from the way that he takes it, and so much stuff like that, and he knows it. Like, you get those types of moments, like this morning when this show happened, and this guy's laughing about it, and it's a shitty time. So that's why we're here, and that's why you guys are here. Thank you for everything that you guys are doing.
Good luck to
for
your
us.
sister.
Yes.
And to your, I guess that would mean your brother.
Yeah, reach out, Nate. Reach out if you need to.
Totally. What's
through it.
everybody's heart out, by the way? Be a heart out?
I got to check. Let me check the ways on something.
12:10 is when I got to be out of here.
Okay. I can hang till
let's do
12:10.
12:10.
I may have to sneak out before I've got a kid home puking.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through these, and this is the same kind of thing that I did yesterday, but this time for Streamlabs. If I don't get to all the questions today, I'm going to open the show. We will do the main topic tomorrow, and then we'll get into the Streamlabs if I missed anything. So don't worry. Owen 10. Can we get pervy George R. R. Martin hitting on an oblivious Holly Hunter? Yes, absolutely.
Oh, hey, would you like to be in my new show? I like to do a sex scene with a carrot.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you want me to be in the movie, or do you want me to? I'm sorry. Who's got the carrot?
No, sorry. I said I will put a dragon right next to you. You can wear something scantily clad, and I can show you my dragon.
Oh, okay. So I guess hold on. Dash, get down from there.
Joel Souza, old time Schmo. I love Kate and Brett. Miss these shows. Please get a couch like the old days in Celebrity Dating Game.
Oh, yeah.
Schmo, Billy, and Joel. Don't worry. I cannot wait to hold your horses. I promise. You're going to be excited in a couple weeks. Suge Knight 323.
Oh,
Hey guy, this Dwayne, y'all didn't make me feel bad. I'm black, live in DC. We joan on each other every day. I got thick skin and thick schlong. I talk with lisp to my nickname is Mushmouth. I'm good kid.
Respect, Dwayne. Respect.
That's how you hammer down a SCHMOEBOT.
Chocolate City, son. Chocolate City.
My nickname is Mushmouth.
Oh, my nickname is
Your
Mushmouth.
boy, Suge Knight. No, that's not what your nickname was. Suge
No,
Knight.
that's what he said.
Yeah. All right. Suge Knight.
Suge Knight 323.
Oh, I'm with you.
Jesus! Can you guys stop? I almost pissed myself.
You are not a snack brat. You're a whole mean lol.
Oh, look at
Big
that.
Mo.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
Big
Why
Mo.
don't I work in Hollywood?
Keep your asshole in your pants, will you? Let's see. I almost pissed myself. Hey, Kate.
I haven't had an audition in 5 fucking years. I love you guys.
RB3, show yourself. Show yourself.
Oh, God.
Brilliant.
Sorry for the
Freak
earphones
out.
of everyone there.
Suge Knight still continuing on. So, Kate, I got no problem being your friend because I'm trying to find the white women for me and RB3. The most fun I've ever had is watching the Schmoedown matches with Ben on Twitch, getting him ready. Oh, is that true? You guys been watching Schmoedown matches? Look
Yeah.
At, look at you.
Little
On the
training.
Twitch.
Hey,
Smart.
Those-
Gotta respect.
Yeah.
those older questions, like
Hard.
they were all straight difficult. There was
Yeah.
no like
Yeah.
round 1 and then
know.
a 2, 3, 5. It was
Everything
like
was
it was
tough.
the first question was like name 2 actors from the 1953
Any NASCAR
film. I was
fans
like,
here?
what the fuck
Little
is
over a
this?
month
Hold
until
on, sorry.
Daytona 500. If you are a fan, who is your favorite driver? Also plan on watching every Schmoedown this season. It will be my first full
love that.
season watching.
Love it.
To the fan that is hit by cancer, prayers to you and fam.
Yes.
True.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you, dude, I told you this on the phone last
Yeah.
night. I have never gotten so many new people who've never watched the Schmoedown who are just like, okay, this draft thing, I'm interested. I want to see how it all pans out. This will be my, because they said, will I be lost if I haven't watched previous seasons? No, because you're going to see it all form this at the draft.
It's going to be crazy. You got to tune in or you got to come because,
Yeah, don't get lost.
yeah,
on it.
because I'm telling you right now, there's going to be
Total
controversy.
respect to the
fights.
outlaw, but I am totally a Den supporter. Have to support my Irish sister
Anthony
Kate.
Crotty.
Brat, you rock. RB3 Kristian and Ben, thank you for making me laugh so much. I am new to the Schmo community, but I love it here.
Love to have you.
This is another one who's Anthony Crotty's become my friend because we always talk about how Irish I am or whatever, and then he and I he'll send me like things from the Irish news. It's just like he's a really fun friend to have.
Kate, we haven't heard the Suge Knight story yet.
Oh, wait, save it till Friday. Yeah, we got
Friday,
we
okay.
got save it for Friday.
Oh my God, it's so good.
So let's see. This is now Francisco Ramirez Burgos. About 2 years ago, you guys helped me feel better while my hometown Puerto Rico was going through its most devastating hurricane. Recently, we hit the strongest earthquake.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you. You're always bringing comfort. I know, man. There's between that and Australia and everything kind of going down. I'm repeating myself and like a broken record.
Also
a
dirty.
dirty broken record. I just
Filthy broken record.
filthy, dirty, disgusting broken
Ew.
record. But I hope that dirty, disgusting broken record has the message of we're really happy that we're able to make you happy in these times. So thank you, man, and stay strong.
And somebody said something about where to donate to Australia. And
Yes.
I mean, I don't retweet a lot, so it's easy to find on my feed. I retweeted out a list of a bunch of different places to donate. For them.
Great.
Salt in the Sea. Much love to Rocha and the rest of the fam regarding Bale's casting in Thor 4. Are any of you familiar with the character from Jason Aaron's run, Dario Agger / Minotaur? He's the CEO of Roxanne, which has been set up in multiple MCU movies. Well, Brett knows it really well.
Yeah.
Well,
Brett,
yeah. Well,
Tell us.
that was set up in the MCU. What that was in '87, right?
It was 86, 87.
Yeah. That
Francisco Sasa.
it was Francisco Sasa. Yeah, well, he teamed up with Cheryl Berkowitz. I think the score was Jar Pancalio.
Oh, yeah. He was
Yeah.
One and done. He never did another.
But I think, yeah, I
One
mean,
and
the thing, everybody's a little worried about redcon it, so, but I don't think they will.
All right.
I can't add to that.
Rocha, you got anything on that or no?
No, I don't. Let's move on. It would be funny if it's a minor character like that, but so we'll see.
So I could fit Salt in the Sea follows up with I give up. Jake Berlin, he's spoken again. Hey Kristian, myself and 4 podcast buddies are heading to your guys' way for Friday for the draft. Well, don't come on Friday because nobody's gonna do that. I know what you're saying. We're planning now. What does this Comedy Store have for food? Should we become full or ready to grab. No, they do have a full kitchen.
Yeah.
they have a full
Yeah.
kitchen. We're all behind different factions and really excited for the chaos. You should be. And remember, it's going to be we're doing full dress up here too. This is an award show for the first part, so come look into
Hey.
dress to impress everybody.
I'm gonna wear my one suit.
I'm gonna rent my tux. Joe the Giant. Why do I feel
See?
that at any moment Rebecca Ford will pop out of nowhere as the song from Us plays, and Rebecca Ford, and will she say everything at Collider last week has been for vengeance for sitting next to Makuga at the Us screening? Yeah, so fun. Yeah. You took a while to get it. No, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I never had a problem. It was always a kind of a bit that Makuga did on it. So I have no idea. Rebecca Ford's a very respectable reporter. So I mean, what the fuck should care about us idiots?
I would hate for her to just like stumble. I would hate for her to just stumble across this show and just like.
She's a very respectable reporter.
Put this in the tags.
You got a lot of respect for Rebecca Ford. Leo, if I had to choose between Cody and RB3, I guess I'd have to choose Cody. In my opinion, RB3 is just a face producer.
Disrespectful.
Wow.
They got me.
That's
Hey,
good.
That's disrespectful.
It was really good though.
That's a sniper shot.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, Hotel Nerd put in a SCHMOEBOT before. Ken McDowell said, Kristian, all this waiting for these announcements, they're killing me. I know, man, but patience. Daniel said that, let's see, Daniel put in a SCHMOEBOT before. Dingy39, what are your thoughts on what characters Christian Bale might be in Thor 4? I mean, for me, I'd like to see him play. If he's only one movie, I'd like to see a villain. If he's going to be in it for a while, then I want to see him play. He's going to play a quirky character no matter what. So, what do you think?
People are like online going, Beta Ray Bill, I call it right now. It's like one of the most obvious choices.
Yeah.
So it's like nobody's calling shit.
Yeah.
But I think that's certainly possible. But there's a number of characters in the Thor universe, and it's Taika Waititi, so
Yeah.
it's going to be nutty.
Yeah.
It's going to be nutty. Rust Olamite. I will join. That was a SCHMOEBOT. CY70ISU. Kristian, I appreciated your message on the positivity of community. What other places try to use the current YouTube? Where other places try to use the current YouTube landscape to sling and mud at others, you chose to rise above it, which inspired me to do the same thing in my job. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to disparage anybody who decides if they want to like have conversations about it and they want to try to, they don't necessarily want to go that positivity side. That's on them. That's it. I just feel like, to me, I have been a lot happier in my career and life in general of laughing. And having fun and not trying to get too serious about things. And I mean, that's why I think I really responded to that Ricky Gervais thing. To me, it's just like, I understand that you can't stick your head in the sand at things, but I also, when I'm turning on the Golden Globes, I want to see who won.
Yeah.
And I said this yesterday on the show. If there's certainly, like, when it comes to like equality and pay and stuff like that, that's relevant to the business. Right. That's relevant to the conversation. There are other things happening in political landscapes that I might happen to agree with, but I don't want to hear about it after you win an award for best comedy or whatever it might be. And that's not a shot at Tarantino. I'm just saying in general, it's got to relate. So that's just my stance on it. And I also think why I'm having more fun doing this show, because I don't want to get like, I don't like when we used to cover stuff, and this is a lot of my decision stuff on live, Collider Live, is that we would kind of dive into other things happening in the world and the landscape, and I'm like, this shit's too serious. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I just want to laugh. And so there are other shows you can find that for, and again, it's not taking it away from anybody else. Carson Wentz says, love the Kate shirt. Love the shirt.
Why is Carson Wentz?
Where's he looking?
He's mad concussed, just kind of stumbled in here.
I love it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He loves the shirt, Kate. Hotel Nerd, who gave me some crap about my glasses. Rob Mack. Kate, I think you made a mistake in rejecting that trade. Moving up to the 5th overall and keeping your 11th overall pick could have led you to great singles pick to start off the draft. Maybe Oyama Irwin with the 5th pick and Preston Tom with the 11th pick. I don't agree. I think by the time we get down to that, because you got to remember this. Let's say hypothetically Sam Levine takes either the McWeeny and Guy or Shazam for his first pick. Right. Second pick, Roxy's taking Odd Couple. Third pick, you would assume Coy will probably take either the family or Shazam. Fourth pick is now Burnett. Now, where he goes, who knows? But he could get an Ethan Irwin. He could get an Oyama. He could get whoever it might be. So now 5th pick is it gets passed over, and then 6th is Winston. But by the time there'll be a strong pick. So if she picks somebody if her and Grace pick somebody really strong, the first pick again will be Kaiser in the second round. He'll pick someone strong, but there'll still be someone super strong. So she has the ability now of putting together a powerhouse team for those spots. Right. So I think that was a smart move.
If it wasn't a snake draft,
but if it wasn't a snake, then you definitely take it for sure. Joel Souza put in a SCHMOEBOT TVSHK Productions. We are a native veteran-owned company working towards developing talent and content for SE Oklahoma now that we have fiber. What are your suggestions for broadcasting and streaming equipment? RB3, email me if needed. Love you all. Community, protect yo bagels. I think that's something maybe RB3 has a lot of. You probably hit him up with that. Right?
I'll hit you up. Yeah, just make sure you inbox me.
Yeah, inbox it. So let's see. Go into what's next. This is Alec Miller. 2 days in a row, so I'm glad I'm listening live now instead of the replay. Love seeing the Outlaw joining the show, and we'll see you in Houston. Kate, you're the greatest. Brett, keep on sniping. RB3, you got to keep laughing. Love you guys and all the best. Go Texans. Pink Sweets, since we're talking about glasses, is Rocha nearsighted or farsighted? Also, Brett, does your wife get jealous that you wear Kate's gift every day?
No, she doesn't. No, she likes it.
I think Lonnie and I are going to be good friends.
I do too.
Yeah. Nearsighted. I just got these yesterday.
They look good.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
They look good.
Ken McDowell, so glad that Kate's back. This is the group that makes this show what it is. You guys are freaking hilarious. Laughing my ass off. Thank you so much. Alan Michael, this says, put in a SCHMOEBOT before. Alec Miller, is anyone excited for McGregor versus Cerrone?
Yeah.
I would say McGregor, but Cerrone is tough as nails, man, and can catch you with a head kick. So I'm going to give the slight
If you had to
advantage
pick what was the best and worst Schmoedown matches ever. Also, one more Golden Globe moment I laughed hard at was when the host made fun of Scorsese for saying Makuar amusement park rides and him being too short to ride any side. Why would he go?
That was really, I laughed my ass off on it. He liked
I give it that one. I could that one.
It was really good.
That was really the room at that one.
I have a lot of favorite matches. I always say Rocha and Merle is one of my favorite matches of all time. Worst match has to be Snyder versus Umberto. But it's so funny to watch.
Yeah.
It's like,
or the Finstock Burnett match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Those guys knew the game.
I just rewatched that Umberto match where he's like giving Snyder the answers.
It's Snyder's time to answer.
Yeah.
And like, what's the diner in American Graffiti?
Right.
And Umberto goes, Mel's Diner.
No. The question was, where do they meet up? Where do they hang out?
So Umberto goes, Mel's Diner. So we go to Snyder. We go, it wasn't. You go. He goes, Mel's Diner. That's correct. It was really funny.
Right. You know what else? Snyder versus Bibiani might be one of the worst.
Oh
ones
yeah, it's
too.
pretty bad too. Snyder gave up halfway through. All right, look, we got about 2 minutes left, guys.
I have
Can't
to
figure
sneak.
out
I'm
the
sorry.
Right, get out of here.
I'm sorry.
All right,
Love you.
I love you guys.
Okay.
I love you all. You're the best.
All right, we got to go. Kate's gonna go. So
Shook,
2
I'm
minutes.
coming for you on Friday.
And we have so many questions left, guys. So and tomorrow we're gonna answer all of them. And then this is okay, Alan Michael put in the SCHMOEBOT. Alec Miller asked about McGregor and Cerrone. I am also. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
His mom's watching.
That's true. Well, now everybody's watching. I think you have to get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Nice.
All right.
Harassment.
Do you have your gift?
No.
Oh man. This is
Fuck me, right?
Thank you again.
And now the show's over.
Oh.
Fuck out of here, will you? All right, look, before we do that, let's just say, hey, guys, been a fan for a long time. We did that. And then Alec Miller, who put in the McGregor versus Cerrone, followed by Pac-Man Dwayne, Drunk Brett talking about the Great British Bake Off. Thank me later, Internet.
Do we have time for this?
This is the last one. We'll close it with this.
Well, bakers, today you're going to be making a nice béarnaise sauce. And this is the showdown of the century, and this is gonna be your heavy hitter. So bakers, bake. That's it.
That's good. That's very good.
All right, RB3. I want to thank everybody here, and look, we have so many Streamlabs to get to tomorrow, and we're gonna get to all of them tomorrow. So if you put something in there, don't worry, I'm gonna answer it tomorrow. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Thanks to John Rocha for being here. Thank you to Kate Mulligan. Thank you to RB3, Ben, the whole damn crew. Thank you guys for being the amazing community you are. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done that already. Go on over to Apple Podcasts. Give us a rating and review. Get to the Schmoedown, whether it is New York, whether it is this week for the awards. You're not going to want to miss it, and you won't regret it. Come hang out. We'll see you then. SchmoedownLive.com. Peace out, Mother Us.